Yeah, we got a winter storm warning right now.
What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, we kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. The brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway.
I'm going to do an update on the campground, the work we've been getting done, and where we're at tomorrow, hopefully, for TikTok. I guess I could upload it to YouTube Shorts, too, if it's not too long.
And we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race.
something in my shoe.
Back in the back, kill it anyway.
Then you won't see it, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, YouTube limits the video length. So if it's longer than 3 minutes, there's nothing I can do about it.
Hey Daddies, it's me, the Linda Binda from TikTok. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to thank you for watching Cold Beer Confessionals with Will Bird. I think that's just incredible. I've watched a few episodes and I'm just like very intrigued. But you know what I'm most intrigued in is Big Daddy's meat stick. I heard that it's very thick, like a good old German sausage. You know, Linda and her coochie loves that. Oh, never mind. Let's not go there. Anyways, I hope you have a good show and enjoy it as you can. There's a lot of weird things that go on, especially when it comes from the realm of Linda Bindaland. So, enjoy the show. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Oh, welcome, everybody. I am Will Bird, and this is the Cold Beer Confessional. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. Thanks for hanging out. You guys remember the fight we watched, right? That was, first of all, I'm Will Bird. This is the Cold Beer Confessional. If you want to support the show, if you like it, you want to keep it going, the way we pay for it is through donations and support from you guys at buymeacoffee.com/coldbeer. If that's something you're interested in. If you don't want to, don't, but that's how the show is funded. I don't have the funding to pay it out of pocket, so usually that helps offset it. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being here. Buymeacoffee.com/coldbeer. All right, so just a few nights ago, Friday night, we had the Fight Night show. And during that show, basically what happened was a guy that's been fighting for 30 years, teaches multiple classes a day, works out 5 times a day, is the current karate combat champion in 2 weight divisions, right? A professional fighter said yes to an internet troll who's just like, I'm the greatest fighter alive. I can take on anybody. I want somebody. And Smiling Sam Alvey said, okay, I'll do it. Yeah. And the fight happened. It had to build up, and the fight happened, whatever. Well, the internet troll basically found out, like, hey, like, oh, shit, this guy's a real fighter. Like, getting in a fight at school or at the gas station with a crackhead or wrestling around with your buddies, even if you're the best at all of those. Like, you've never lost a fight when you were in school, and you never lost a fight to somebody at a gas station, and you've never lost a fight between you and your friends. That does not make you a professional. The same way that I might play basketball down at the local park three times a month or once a week. I'm not going to go take on an NBA player, right? Me and Steph Curry are not going to do one-on-one, and I feel like I can hang with them. Probably even worse on the conditioning side than the NBA, right? Fighting is brutal for people who are not well-conditioned. You'll be winded after 10 seconds. So anyways, of course, Sam won. Everybody wanted him to win. And Sam was being the bigger guy, saying, he took the guy took some shots. I'm glad he showed up. You can't fault him for that. But then John comes out, and it was like some wild shit, like talking about as soon as I get conditioned, I'm coming back to get Sam, and then starts calling out other UFC fighters. Like the last fight that Sam had. The guy that fought Sam only lasted 2 rounds. Not John, but a different guy. Oh, no, only lasted 1 round. A different guy, another professional fighter. So John started talking shit about him. Like, I could see why, I can't believe that so-and-so only lasted 1 round because Sam's weak and he couldn't knock me out and he could. Like, John's fucking crazy. And he hides it behind this weird religion. God called me to this. So finally, Sam's like, look, dude. So finally, Sam comes out and says, like, basically, like, I let you do this, okay? I didn't want to embarrass you. Honestly, I was trying to make it last 3 rounds. That was my goal, but you gave up after 2. Like, I could have ended it immediately. I've been trying to be nice. I didn't want to embarrass you. I didn't want to hurt your feelings because I did think that it was cool that you showed up, right? But now that you're talking shit about these people, now that you're doing this, now I'm going to tell the truth. And he even released some behind the scenes photos. So first, let's start with John. Well, maybe John the Amazing. Let's start with John and all the shit talking he's been doing, which is wild, honestly. Like, to come and get your ass beat and then start talking shit about, like, what the fuck are you doing? Anyways, so this is the fight. This is a clip right after the fight, I believe, and then this is after the fight next day or whatever. But he's talking shit about other people. Like, this is insane. Watch this. And remember, this guy lost. Badly lost.
Sam Alvey, Karate Combat Pit Heavyweight Champion of the World. I faced off in the octagon with him yesterday. To many of you, there are questions. Did the leg kicks hurt me? No, the leg kicks did not hurt. I ate them. They wasn't nothing. The punches to my face, I ate them. The only reason why Sam Alvey beat me is because I gassed out. As you notice, when he knocked me down...
Yeah, you gassed out in the first round, like 10 seconds in the first round, bro. As soon as I saw you throw your first punch, you can go back and watch my coverage. As soon as I saw you throw your first punch, I said, uh-oh. That was literally the words that come out. Like, you don't even know how to punch.
I got immediately straight up. They called the fight on me.
Called the fight on him. Like, we all saw this fight, and he was in it, so I'm sure he wasn't, like, looking the other way and missed it. They called the fight. Calling the fight on you means like, oh, I was ready to keep going. Maybe I had like a gash or something that needs stitches, and they packed it full of Vaseline. I was ready to go though, right? My trainers had me fixed up, but they said, no, for your safety, we're going to call it. Dude, you were laying on the ground, and they couldn't even get you up after the fight was over. It's not like they did something sneaky to call the fight on you.
As you notice, when he knocked me down, I got immediately straight up. They called the fight on me.
I got immediately straight up. When he knocked me down, I got immediately straight up. And they called the fight on me. Is that what happened, chat? I mean, you guys watched it too. Did he get knocked down and then immediately hop back up and they're like, nope, fight's over. Sorry, I know you want to keep going, but like, what the fuck? And at first I thought he's just trying to keep like this troll mentality going. But when he goes after Sam's past opponents, he's crossing a line then, right? I think he is, and Sam thinks he is. Sam's been calling him out. That's what we're getting to here.
I was upset, but I knew I was gassed too. I'm going to build my wind up. As soon as I get my stamina up, he ain't going to be able to...
Building your stamina for, like, what you're talking about, like to be able to go in there and fight 5 3-minute rounds, you're probably talking years, dude. Years. To be able to swing and move and block and step and get off the center line and be able to just breathe through your nose like Sam was. You're probably talking years. It's not like I'm going to run on the treadmill for the next 3 months and I'm back in the ring. That's not it.
Take me. I'm coming back for that rematch, and I will get that knockout. Tyrone Sponge, I want you all to keep in mind. Heavyweight champion of Brazil.
Here it is. So he's calling out Sam's last opponent before John and saying he only lasted 1 round. I made it 2, as if this was like Sam giving it his all.
Sponge, I want you all to keep out. Tyrone Sponge, I want you all to keep in mind. Heavyweight champion of Brazil. He lasted 2 rounds with Sam Alvey. He didn't last as long as I did, however. So for all y'all making fun and saying something, I stood in the octagon with the heavyweight champion of the world.
Didn't last as long as I did.
So eat that in your face. And if you want to challenge me, I'll step in there with you too. Tell Sam Alvey he's getting knocked out on round 2.
So at first it seemed like it might be sort of lighthearted. And even Sam said, oh, brother, I'm going to have so much fun making this video, and then put a smiley face. And then John said next time he's losing.
You know, Sam said he was going to stitch my last video, so I figured I'd get on here and say some few words before he had a chance to. Look at my face. My eyes are still pretty as can be, and I'm still sitting here smiling. I gassed out. That's the only reason why he got me. And let me tell you something. For all y'all, hey, he wasn't trying. He was sweating, and his face was all red when that was done. If I had my stamina up and I wasn't gassed out and as tired as I was,
if I was a better fighter and I knew technique and I didn't get as exhausted as I did and I could punch harder, kick harder, my hands were faster, I could dodge better, I could work the ring better. If all those things lined up, I would have won.
knocked him out. He wouldn't have lasted. I would have tired him out and I would have knocked him out. He only got me because my stamina gave out on me. I'm going to train for the next 6 to 12 months. And when I do...
You're not getting that stamina, and the stamina you need 6 to 12 months, dude. Like, you might be able to run like a 10K or something, but fighting is a different beast, dude.
I'm going to come back and want to...
Because now, okay, so let's say there's a fighter that's not that great at dodging, not that great on the mat, not that great at submissions, but has some stamina and has a knockout punch. All they've got to do is overwhelm him in the first round. Anybody could beat him with that skill set, even though they're not that great at the other thing, because he doesn't know that either. All you have to do is go 100% at him until he's gassed, and then boom, one shot.
Sam out, and then I'm going to go down the list. And let me tell you something. He's a professional trained fighter. I thought maybe I could get him with one lucky hit and knock his ass out because I knew I was powerful.
But professional trained fighters can take a punch. That's also something you need to work on. You can't take a punch.
But I stand corrected. Stamina plays a key fact because, boy, after that first round, going into that second round, was I tired. But it's all good, though. It's all good. He hit me with that hit, made me go down. I got back up. It's okay. I'm going to train for 6 to 12 months. And when I come back, he's going to lose. He's already agreed to a rematch. So no matter what he says on the stitch of this video, it's all good. Laugh now, cry later, because victory will be mine. I do not stop. I do not quit.
I think maybe it might be like a mental condition, like some type of weird delusional, I don't know.
I'll come back big.
Delusions of grandeur.
Like a nightmare. I'm like Chucky. You can't get rid of me. I'm coming for you, Sam. Your ass is mine. And I promise you, I will build myself into a machine you won't be able to stop. This is going to be a war, another dogfight. I stepped in that octagon with you, and I lasted 2 rounds before you knocked me out. Let me tell you something. You can lie. You can say that you really wasn't trying to hurt me. But you know damn well I connected with your jaw just like I heard you in the bathroom. And it's already got me my jaw a couple of times. You were out of breath. I had your ass. If I would have wore you out, I just ain't got enough stamina like you do. But I'm going to build it. And when I build it, I'm coming back. And I'm going to destroy you. For all my fans and supporters,
By the way, Sam did a hell of a reaching down to pull this guy up, right? He should also be thankful that Sam would even face him. We all know that fighters can't face everybody that calls them out on the internet or talk shit on the internet, right? Sam went way out of his way to help this guy, to help him raise money, and retched way below the people that he should be fighting for this one, right? And it's just like it's not there. It's so weird.
I do not.
At least lose humbly and say, yeah, he got me. I wish I was this. I didn't realize, how much energy it takes. I didn't realize with the stamina I would need. He got me. And, maybe I'll get better. I'm going to start training. But to call out other previous professional fighters and be like, well, they weren't shit because they didn't last 2 rounds with him.
Back down, I do not stop. And just like I taunted him and ran my mouth in the octagon, I'm going to do it again next time. And next time, Sam Alvey's going to meet the floor, not me.
Let me see what this next one is. I'm not sure if we're ready to watch it yet.
To everybody,
that's the glove thing.
I'm a good fighter.
If we can watch this.
And 99.9% of the population could not stand against me. I stepped into the octagon with the heavyweight champion of the world. And I lasted almost 2 full rounds. Longer than Tyrone Sponge did.
So again, calling out another professional fighter, saying you didn't last as long as I did against Sam Alvey. Do you think that Sam Alvey fought you the exact same way he fought another professional fighter? He fought you like he was teaching you a class. Like you were his student.
Brazilian fighter who has a remarkable record. I am not trained by a gym. I am not well-versed in mixed martial arts. But
by the way, the guy he's talking about is not Brazilian. He's Dutch.
Stood almost 2 full rounds with the champion. And you cannot deny it. That being said,
All my haters can hate. I'm that guy, and I'm only going to get better. The rematch with Sam is going to be epic. I'm going to come back, and you'll call me the comeback kid. I wanted to take this time to be humbled and thank the one person that was willing to help me get back home, because a lot of the money that was forked out was my own dime to get out here to make this fight happen, to not let all the fans down, to show them where my heart was at, that I really wanted to fight this fight. Bear Fiorda, knowing that we had basically balls and knuckles that lost everything, you know what I'm saying? We didn't have enough gas to make it home. Donated $500 to help. It's a 38-hour drive. Gas is very expensive. Also hotel on the way back. But I don't ask for handouts. Bear, out of the kindness of his heart, Bear Fiorda offered, and that was very, very, very nice of him, and I'm very appreciative of what he did. So Bear Fiorda, I love you for that, man. Thank you. Could use a little bit more when it comes to hotel, and I'm the type, I get stuff my own. So in the fight, the gloves that I wore, as you see right here, are the gloves that I wore in that octagon.
I think Bear Fiorda was one of the announcers.
These gloves, Sam Alvey. The other one is signed by...
He's also a fighter.
These gloves make me an offer. Somebody gives me a reasonable offer that will help me out, and your address, I will ship you the gloves. Let me know. Get back to me in the comments. Again, they are signed by Sam Alvey and Dan Henderson. And I'll sign them myself as well if you want me to. Let me know. And again, Bear Fiorda, thank you. I'm going to put the at symbol in.
No, his wife or something's driving.
Gives him props for helping me out on that, out of the kindness of his heart. I believe in myself. And even great fighters take losses. I took a loss. And now I'll come back a better me. A better me, a stronger me, a faster me. Laugh, say anything you want. Just know it's going to happen. I'm still God's champion. I'm still the people's champion. And I'll never stop believing. God bless y'all.
You think your hands?
Yeah, without trying to hurt him. And again, he's calling out other people to, like, what the fuck?
We're going to be what got it done here tonight. I'm the talk of the town.
You're a chump. And after I get done beating Sam Alvey, the heavyweight champion of the world, in my rematch, I'm going to come for your loud mouth, because you ain't nothing but a punk, and I'll knock you out in that octagon.
You think your hands? We're going to be what got it done here tonight.
Like, what the?
Well, if you're going to submit me.
Sam hits like a girl. I gassed out. Rematch is mine. We already agreed on it. Okay. So let's go to Sam's page. And again, the guy should be thanking him. First of all, here's the second round.
An A for effort and a T for night.
And Sam lets it out. Hey, I was trying to. Yeah, he's always got his belly sucked in, but when you're that winded, you can't suck your belly in. Anyway, Sam was like, I was trying to carry you to the third round so you wouldn't be embarrassed. And I couldn't even carry you to the third round.
Let's try.
The sparring match brought to you by Monster Energy.
We'll skip ahead some.
All right, folks, we're going to...
What's going on here?
Oh, nice. A little tie-up. Okay. Sam, bring
And I want you to see the picture that Sam put out. It's pretty funny.
to the cameras. Please.
Sam's talking to the crowd.
Now, John,
This guy can't even put his hands up. Look how far he walks right here without even putting his hands up. And Sam's talking to the crowd.
Sam brings him out close to the...
If you don't know, when a guy is just breathing and walking away and can't even put his hands up, he's fucking done, right? He's so gassed that he's like, I can't do anything but fucking stand there and breathe. Watch him walk. Sam could have been beating that ass right now.
John has woke up to the reality.
Sam lets him get his mouthpiece again.
Yeah, you know what? That was a very sportsmanlike conduct. We're gonna reverse fine him $500.
Drop that head.
Sam Alvey might
Knee.
have ended his entire existence with that one left hook, but now he makes it.
Sam may have been able to end his existence with a left hook right there, but he laid off of it, right?
Interesting.
It's just going down to being a slugging fest right
Well,
now.
I can imagine that if the two men stood in a phone booth, this wouldn't last long. Speaking of that phone booth,
Man, Sam does not want to pay for that chili.
well,
Look how easily she's taking it on him. Now Sam can go full rounds. Like, he's a professional fighter. He's got a fight scheduled. Like, he's not gassed the way that he's like, oh, he said he hit me in his heart and it hurt his jaw and that guy could have got me. Bullshit.
well, I think it just made him a little angry. Oh, the slippity slip slip and slide Sam Alvey.
John can take damage.
There's so many nicknames for this John. The refrigerator, the lunchbox, the lunch pail. He's getting
Again, backed off again. He could have hit him a bunch more times than just that one.
All right, John, let's get in there. Let's get in there in your swimwear.
Coach Dan Henderson.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Still trying to just walk away.
Guys, hands up and get the slugging.
Down chin high and exposed. Got to get his hands up and
Look how many times Sam lets him just walk away when Sam could have fucking ended it right there. Again, he's trying to carry him so it's not as embarrassing.
chin down.
Yes, he's learning a hard lesson about conditioning. Oh.
Now that's him falling down and not getting back up.
Call Susan. Call Susan.
Not getting back up.
Susan.
Now, in his official story, yeah, he fell down, but he popped right back up, and they just called it on him anyways. He rolls over, still can't get up.
Susan has the stretcher. Stretch this guy out of here.
Somebody's trying to help him get up.
I was wrong.
He popped right back up.
Everybody at home, he is absolutely fine. 2 times.
All right, so let's talk about Sam's response videos.
Sam Alvey, karate combat pit heavyweight champion of the world. I faced off in the octagon with him yesterday.
All right, fellas. I'm going to correct something in this message. It's going to be a little meaner than I'm used to. So, John, you might not want to watch.
And again, Sam's not this type of guy. His nickname is Smiling Sam. He's super, like, he'll joke and go back. He even had, like, a little spat with Good Trouble, where Good Trouble was, like, thought he was, like, calling him out to be, like, this Neanderthal, like, we'll fight about politics. And the guy's like, no, I'm just joking. Complimented Good Trouble's mustache. Like, Sam is not this type of guy. But John has pushed him there to this point.
There are questions. Did the leg kicks hurt? No, the leg kicks did not hurt. Hey, there wasn't enough.
I love how you're wearing pants while you say that. You don't want to show the bruises. And secondly, I wore shin guards for a reason.
Punches to my face, I hate him. The only reason why Sam Alvey beat me is because I gassed up.
John, you threw the first punch of the fight. As I saw that punch coming, I understood immediately everything about you, and you have no idea how to fight.
You notice when he knocked me down, I got immediately straight up. They called the fight on me.
Oh, I believe. Call Susan. Call
Got immediately straight up.
Susan.
What a sparring session, everybody.
Susan.
I was upset, but I knew I was gassed too. Well, build the window. As soon as I get my stamina up,
You're not lying. I knew you were gassed about 40 seconds into round 1. If you want to build your stamina, it will take you years and about
Yes.
150 pounds.
Tyrone Sponge, I want you all to keep in mind.
Yeah, the disrespect on Tyrone Spong, which is how you say his name, is unreal.
Heavyweight champion of Brazil.
He's Dutch.
He lasted 2 rounds, Sam Alvey. He didn't last as long as I did, however.
Tyrone Spong, I tried to put down in the first round. You, I tried to put down in the 3rd round. I failed at both.
So for all y'all making fun of saying something, I stood in the octagon, the heavyweight champion of the world. So
Yeah,
Hold on. This is who he's talking about. This is who he's saying he is a better fighter than. This guy. This is who he's talking shit about. Said, I lasted longer than this guy did. I believe we were talking about 2 different levels here, okay? One, Sam probably didn't want to hurt you, embarrass you, or get a lawsuit. And this was an officially sanctioned fight.
for a little bit you did, then you laid down for quite a while.
Down your face. And if you want to challenge me, I'll step in there with you too. Tell Sam out he's getting knocked out in round 2.
We've already fought a round 2, and you didn't make it to Spong. I tried to put down in the 1st round. You, I tried to put down in the 3rd round. I failed at both.
So for all y'all making fun of saying something, I stood in the octagon, the heavyweight champion of the world. So
Yeah, for a little bit you did, then you laid down for quite a while.
down your face. If you want to challenge me, I'll step in there with you too. Tell Sam out he's getting knocked out in round 2.
We've already fought a round 2, and you didn't make it to the end of it. Those are your legs laying on the...
You guys see that? Saying the leg kicks didn't hurt, that he was just gassed, that none of this happened. That's a picture Sam took that he wasn't planning on releasing. That is John laying in the bathroom after he was puking and crying after the match. Now, John disputes that, but who the fuck else would it be, dude?
bathroom floor next to the toilet after you've been puking for about 45 minutes. I will not have you disrespect the warriors I fought against before you. Yeah, you showed up, and that is where your legacy stops. Understand, you lasted part of 2 rounds because I wanted you to not be embarrassed. For you to not 24 hours later come online and talk shit about the people I fought before you, I no longer...
Like, I enjoyed the fight, and it was long enough to where we could see some stuff and blah, blah, blah. But now, I didn't wish this initially, but now I wish Sam would have knocked him out in the first exchange of blows. I mean, literally knocked him unconscious. I wish that's what would have happened. Because now, like, at first I didn't. I wanted Sam to do basically what he did, right? Don't hurt him, maybe not embarrass him, and not make it too bad for the drive back home, but still win. We all knew he was going to win. But now I'm like, that motherfucker should have put him, sent him out of there in an ambulance. Because this guy has no fucking, not a humble bone in his body. Like, what the fuck is his problem?
For you to not 24 hours later come online and talk shit about the people I fought before you, I no longer care if you're embarrassed. Get your fat ass on a treadmill, find a gym, and don't expect a gift from me again. Now ice your ego, probably your leg, get yourself...
Which is a very powerful statement. Don't expect a gift from me again. Now, John is going to make a video saying, oh, well, he's trying to back out of the rematch. No. It was a gift for him to reach way, 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 way below his level and give you a chance. And you got clout, and you got donations, and you got, viewers and all this shit off of it, right? And you got to get out of the octagon. I'm sure they treated you well while you were there. And now you want to talk shit and still get that gift again? Bullshit.
Don't expect a gift from me again. Now ice your ego, probably your leg, get yourself home safely, and, I don't know, rent a Billy Blank Taibo boxing video.
Sam Alvey, Karate Combat.
Well,
hold on. So then we're going to John's video.
Do it fast because you ain't got 61 seconds in you.
You see, Sam Alvey didn't want me to make it out the first round. See my eye? That's all he was able to do to me. The rest of my face is beautiful. You understand what I'm saying? The man hits like a little girl, talking about I wouldn't last 60 seconds. I lasted a whole round and into the second round, longer than Tyrone Sponge. Took hits that many of you would not be able to take. But that wasn't the point. The point was that I got passion for fighting, and I'm a true champion. I'm going to get a trainer.
You can't just say I'm a champion. He knows that, right?
I'm going to rebuild and show up 6 to 12 months and knock him out in the octagon. Wouldn't last 60 seconds? What happened to well into the second round, Sam? I'm going to win the rematch. I am the people's...
Well, if you're going to submit me, do it fast because you ain't got 61 seconds in you.
Thai, karate, wrestling, whatever. And I would never call out a professional fighter.
Well, hello there, Isaac Wilson. Well, that's the difference between you and me. You lack the courage to step up against the world champion. You see, I had that fight...
I don't know that it's courage. It's just dumb. Most people know, like, hey, I'm in this type of shape. There is no way that I could compete with a professional fighter. Like, I mean, I guess you could call it blind courage, dumb courage, retarded courage, but it's not just courage, because most people would have the courage to get in the ring, but they know what the outcome's going to be. There's no point in it.
Which you do not have. I understand. It's something that you're going to have to come to one with yourself. A lot of men become cowards and don't know what the true meaning of a man is. You must step up and face anybody that wants to fight if you're going to be the greatest. Sam has done that and proclaimed he is the greatest. I don't care what you say. That man tried not to let me make it out of the first round, but I stood there and took his hits. I don't care.
Dude, the first round was a snooze fest, bro. He was not trying to sleep you in the first round. Guaranteed. He let you walk around. He let you get your mouthpiece several times. Like, come the fuck on.
How hard you said he hit. Those fists weren't going on your face. Let me tell you something. I'm coming back in this rematch, and I will show you a champion. I'm going to condition myself, and Sam Alvey has already agreed to the rematch, and I'm going to beat him this time. I lasted longer than Tyrone Sponge, so I'm sorry, Isaac Wilson.
Tyrone Spong.
If you're too much of a coward to step into the octagon.
It's S-P-O-N-G. I don't know why I keep saying sponge.
I will stand strong for you, okay? I will hold you in my heart, and I will be strong enough for both of us, and I will stand in the octagon against anybody, regardless of the dangers it may be. Pushing forward. I will persevere. I will overcome. I am the champion. I'm the people's champ. I am God's child, and I will not fail.
At first, I thought John was just like a really good, like, trolling people. Now I think he's legitimately, like, delusional. That God has made him this people's champion warrior, and nobody can beat him because God's on his side, and blah, blah, blah. Nothing wrong with having faith, but I don't think that God gets involved in wrestling matches or fighting. You know what I mean? Like, there's something wrong with him.
I will not give up. Every fighter will lose fights. It doesn't matter how many he loses.
And I think Sam thought the same thing. because Sam mentioned in a couple of his videos that now they start texting each other. He's a good guy, you know. Don't take it too hard on him. He's a good guy. He's just trying to make it, or just trying to get by, or just trying to whatever. But not now. This is something different.
It's how many times he gets up and believes in himself. This isn't a joke, Isaac Wilson. And I'll tell you what, when I beat Sam Alvey, I'll call you out if you want. Mr. Muay Thai, karate, this, that, the other. But yeah,
could you imagine if one of those times in the third round where Sam faked that left and he kept dropping his head, if Sam would have hit him with a fucking knee? Or the way where his head was, a fucking elbow to the side of the head. You can't strike in the back of the head, but an elbow to the side of the head. That would have been it.
I'd never call no professional fighter out. Well, of course you wouldn't, because you just proved my point, Isaac Wilson. You wouldn't, because like I said to everybody before in multiple videos, you can train in a gym, but you can't put the fight of a lion inside of a man's chest. It has to already be there. So I'm sorry that your candy ass is too afraid, Isaac Wilson, to call somebody out that's a professional fighter and step in that octagon like a man.
I kind of want to see this guy's full video. Hold on.
Would never call out a professional fighter.
Well,
sorry, I'm getting back to where we were.
When I beat Sam Alvey, I'll call you out if you want. Mr. Muay Thai, karate, this, that, the other. But yeah, I'll never call no professional fighter out. Well, of course you wouldn't, because you just proved my point, Isaac Wilson. You wouldn't, because like I said to everybody before in multiple videos.
Yeah, Sam could kill him.
But you can't
like literally kill him.
A man's chest. It has to already be there.
And I'm almost positive that whether Sam wants to say it or not, in the back of his head, he had to be thinking like, he could get in trouble for this, right? Unsanctioned. It was a sparring, whatever. Like, if he'd have fucking unloaded and something that happened to this, he could have opened himself up to liability for sure.
So I'm sorry that your candy ass is too afraid, Isaac Wilson, to call somebody out that's a professional fighter and step in that octagon like a man. But besides that, I hope your training gets better. I hope your courage builds up. And like the scarecrow off of Wizard of Oz, I hope you gain courage, yo. Courage. Yeah. All right, Isaac Wilson. It's time for me to sign off. But I am going to come back and better me. And I'm going to show footage of my transformation and of my training. And I'm going to do this right. And in 6 months, I'm going to knock Sam Alvey out. I don't give up. I don't back down. No matter how hard you
Hold on, I'll show you a video, Sam.
By me stepping in the octagon with him a second time, maybe, just maybe, Isaac Wilson, I can help you gain some courage. Have a good day. Okay, Scarecrow, I'm off.
Thai, karate, wrestling.
All right, this is Sam fighting Tyrone Spong, and he said his goal was to knock him out in the first round. I don't know if Sam thought he would get winded first, or if Tyrone Spong is a better fighter, the longer, maybe he wins more matches the longer it goes on. But his goal is to knock out in the first round, and this is how he fought Tyrone Spong. Compared to him fighting John. Sorry, let me get some audio.
There you go.
Look at how fast he is, dude. And look how he's moving his head and getting off center line and dodging. Because this guy can actually punch back. Like, this is nothing like when he fought John. This is from back in, I don't know, September, October, or something like that. Boom. Boom. And how aggressive he is, how he's closing the distance.
There you go.
Let's see if we can find, hold on, Sam Alvey. Let's see if we can find not just the knockout. It was in the first round, but there was a little bit of the round going. KO of the year. Oh, it doesn't say the video links, does it? Length. Let's see. Let's just start. He's treating this like it's a serious threat. You can see him like sometimes block. You can see him moving his head. You can see him working his footwork. He's not treating John like a threat whatsoever.
Can Alvey bite on some of these feints?
It's like watching a different person fight for 100%.
Just under a minute and
Oh, this is the pit I was talking about. See the angled pit they fight in?
left in this second round.
Whoa! Sam Alvey lands a big shot! And the ground and pound! Sam Alvey has knocked out Tyrone Spong! Whoa!
This is nothing like he fought John. He was carrying John.
Faster than... Look, oh, the left across, and this was the one that sealed.
Who were betting made a lot of money.
Wow!
and still got a first round knockout. Like it's insane. That John thinks that his fight is any way comparable to this fight is just fucking delusional. God, that's it. That was a good follow up there, right there. He snaps that guy's head.
He has this insane.
You can hear the crack, dude.
So apparently karate.
I did do that, didn't I?
And Bas Spong in these size gloves.
Yeah. Again, yeah, that's scary too.
Particularly scary.
Nice job.
Yeah, going to work, picking up that lead leg. Only got 15 seconds left here, and you got to say that Alvey has actually landed the best so far. So who's going to sneak this first round?
But Spong didn't pull the trigger yet. Now look at that.
So see, he kind of done the same thing with John, where I was telling you, like, he's getting him set up to fear those leg kicks. Leg kick, leg kick, leg kick. It starts to hurt. And then so almost subconsciously, when you see that leg kick coming, you start pulling back or changing something to not land that leg kick in the same spot over and over and over and over and over again. It fucking hurts.
Beautiful.
Then that may make you drop your guard or not be not be ready for a jab or a cross or maybe you start retreating and he knows he can capitalize on that, whatever it might be. But that's all the things that the fighters are thinking about when they are testing out punches and kicks and blows of different styles.
Record this, everyone. Eddie Hall, I am going to kick your ass respectfully.
You called out the great Eddie Hall.
Called out Eddie Hall. Anyways, back to these. I did want to see Isaac's video. Is this it? Yeah. All right, let's watch this one quickly. Because this guy does mixed martial arts, I guess, or some type of martial art.
So what did we learn from the whole Sam Alvey versus John situation? It's to stop calling out professional fighters. I personally have been training martial arts my entire life, competed on and off, Muay Thai, karate, wrestling, whatever. And I would never call out a professional fighter. I know that even though I've been doing it my whole life, I'm still basically just a hobbyist. So the fact that you have people on TikTok that don't train, fat as fuck, barely even work out, let alone train martial arts, and want to call out professional fighters is insane to me. I mean, maybe they're just doing it for the 15 minutes of fame. No offense to John. Hopefully from this experience, he realizes he can't fight for shit and not to run his mouth.
You guys know Eddie Hall is that big strongman guy that they have do crazy shit. He's the one who fought those two little fighters that one time in the octagon.
Maybe he'll join a gym. Who knows? Maybe this will be a cool story and he joins a gym, he ends up getting in great shape, learning how to fight, starts taking amateur fights, actually builds his way up. Who knows? That could be awesome. But all in all, what I hope you took from this situation, other than Sam being a pretty cool guy, is that just stop calling out professional fighters. You're not going to win. These guys legit think they're Rocky, like they're going to go in there and, do okay, and then maybe in the next movie they win. This isn't a movie. So what did we learn from the...
Hey, John might be better equipped for something like this.
Let me bite on it. Right. Doing this winding. Oh, nice cross. Nice. At the same time, too. Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying he would come out here and, like, beat a champion, but maybe he should start training this instead.
Nice job. I think he's just playing defensive and trying to make sure he has enough. That was those inside leg kicks, too. Ooh. Very good kick, Mike. Hard shot. 10 seconds later.
That's awesome. At 10 seconds left, they both put down their swords and decided to fucking punch each other in full arm. That's awesome. Leave it all on the mat, baby. Go. That was awesome. That was pretty cool. All right. So, again, stop calling out professional fighters. Like, I don't...
John, a guy on TikTok who had been...
Well, hello there to you too, buddy. Well, let me tell you something.
So now he thinks he's got to call out anybody. Like, this is in Illinois practical karate. Anybody that calls him out and said, hey, you're not a trained fighter. Why did you think you even had a shot? Like, whatever. Most people are saying props for showing up. Most internet badasses wouldn't even show up. But still, like, you're delusional if you think you're going to do this or you think you can talk shit about other professional fighters. Now that Sam Alvey carried you for 2 rounds.
You are what I call a keyboard warrior. You will give your opinion because you are too cowardly to step into the octagon with a trained fighter. I had the balls to do something that you lack, my dear friend. And I'm sorry for that. I mean, I don't know, maybe the best part of you ran down your mother's leg when you were born.
By the way, this guy that he's talking to, calling a keyboard warrior, has fought full contact, karate, judo, and MMA. But he's a keyboard warrior.
will give your opinion because you are too cowardly to step into the octagon with a trained fighter. I had the balls to do something that you lack, my dear friend, and I'm sorry for that. I mean, I don't know, maybe the best part of you ran down your mother's leg when you were born, but that's neither here nor there, nor is that my, business to be speaking upon. Just saying, what you gonna do, brother? I'm just saying. I mean, look, I got my rematch. He's already agreed to it. I had the balls to step in there with him once. I gave him what I had. I realized I do need to get my stamina up. 6 months, I'm calling it. 6 months, I'm ready for the rematch. Sam Alvey, heavyweight champion of the world, is going down. You, on the other hand, while I'm...
But he can't even throw a punch.
Word of God, and standing up for what I believe in, you continue being a keyboard warrior, because at the end of the day, you will wake up every day, you will sit behind your keyboard and talk the biggest smack on planet Earth because you are a coward. Now, when I fight Sam Alvey...
Again, delusional. Like, you have to know people are going to talk shit. As much shit as you talked, then went there and got your ass whipped. Like, what?
And in 6 months for this rematch, it will be a different fight. My body will be transformed. I'm training every day possible. I do need to rest in between, of course, but I will tell you this. I'm going to win. And I don't care what nobody says, because, like I said, nobody will ever tell me what I cannot do. I stepped in there once, and I don't want to hear that he didn't hit me as hard as this, that, the other. Man, 99% of y'all would have went out in the first couple of punches, hit the floor. Oh, God, first leg kick would have just dropped, including yourself, buddy.
Yeah. If Sam Alvey would have went 100% on any of us, including you, we probably would have lost in the first couple of exchanges.
So let's just deal with the facts here. No, simply to the facts. And, well, I hope you watch the rematch, because when I knock him out, I'm going to say I told you so. And then I'm calling out Jake Paul. And Strickland, since everybody wants to say he's a badass, wants to go, then I'll step in the octagon with him, too. Because guess what? My balls are bigger than yours. Got something to say about it?
Now I wish Sean Strickland would give him the Sneeko treatment.
John. I don't know if anyone else has been following.
By the way, does it seem like John's fighting with, like, his alternate universe doppelganger here? Like, what is this?
A guy on TikTok who had been...
Well, hello there.
Is that strange? Whatever.
I don't know if anyone else has been following the Sam Alvey drama with John.
Well, hello there. Another one. Let me tell you this. What did you...
Well, this is the third one. Must be the Three Stooges.
Order the whole menu when you went to go get something to eat, saying that when you came back, it was just over? Because I made it well into the second round. So what about you watching? Oh, wait, I forgot you're a keyboard warrior. So you leave out all that because you know.
The guy said that he went to get something to eat. By the time he come back, the fight was already over, which was true. I put in a comment like, I wish I wouldn't have blinked. I missed half the fucking fight.
That you don't have half the nuts that I got. Let me tell you something. I'm going to transform myself in a brand new me. I'm going to transform my body, my stamina, and I promise you, when I come and defeat Sam Alvey on a rematch in 6 months, I'm going to destroy him. His punches, it wasn't that took me down. I gassed out. And I'm going to destroy him in that octagon. It felt like a baby hitting me. I gassed out. That's why I was taunting him to hit me back. Oh, yeah. The original video that hasn't been doctored is on my page. Go check it out. I fought this man. It was a slugfest with everything I had.
The original video that hasn't been doctored. We all watched it live, and Sam uploaded the live stream.
Go ahead and check out the original video. But I don't care what you got to say, because you aren't brave enough to step into the octagon. You're nothing but a coward, hiding behind a keyboard.
I was taunting him to hit me back.
Expose all you keyboard warriors, because when I'm done beating Sam Alvey in this rematch and I prove a point, then I'm going to fight all of you one by one. I'll take every fight, and I mean every fight. I don't care who you are. I'll stand up and take you down. Just sign that contract, baby. I won't be responsible for you when you get hurt and cry like a baby back, and that's the bottom line. Come get some.
I don't know if anyone else has been following the... If you're not on YouTube watching the live stream of Sam Alvey versus this dude named...
Well, hey there, Mr. Billy Goat. How you doing today, Mr. Billy Goat? You look like a Billy Goat, so I'm going to refer to you as Billy Goat because I just want to refer to you as Billy Goat. I don't care if you get all in heebie-jeebie about it. So let me go ahead and break this down for you real quick. Right? Yeah, you're right. I did step in that octagon, and you sit there and said you were going to laugh. Then you may have laughed because you don't want to admit the kahunas that it took for me to step in there, and even though you said you...
We all laughed, to be honest with you.
Give me credit for that. You are still sucker punching me down below with your comments, which I do not care about, because at the end of the day, I got more nuts than you do, okay? And I know you're trying to compensate for something, or I don't know, maybe you got bullied as a kid, so you like to run your mouth, or maybe you were just always the type to run your mouth. I don't know. But I don't see you having the balls to step into the octagon, but I did. And not only did I do it once, but I'm going to do it again. And guess what? This time when I step in that octagon, I'm going to destroy that man.
Wasn't he supposed to take a week off TikTok after losing?
I am going to put him on his ass. You're going to see a different breed of fighter. I am training. I'm going to transform my body, like I have said in many other responses to you knuckleheads. Straight knuckleheads, that's what you are. Keyboard warriors. What you gonna do, brother? Because I'll fight each one of you. Matter of fact, everybody who makes a stitch of my video and shares it, I will personally...
John, I'm calling.
If you're
Wait, I'm sorry. He's going to personally fight everybody that stitches his video?
My video and shares it. I will personally challenge you after my rematch with Sam Alvey, and that's a promise. You want to start something, then there will be something. If you don't want nothing, then don't start nothing, because guess what? John here will fight you. And guess what? I proved it when I stepped into the octagon with the heavyweight champion of the world. So when I step back into that fucking octagon and I knock Sam Alvey out, the heavyweight champion of the world, then I'm going to challenge each and every one of you. And I'll bet you keyboard warriors when I step up to the occasion, because that is exactly what you are.
They're going to be waiting a while because you're not going to knock out Sam Alvey.
A keyboard warrior, and I'm going to expose each and every one of you cowards.
Everybody's safe.
I'm just saying. I'm going to win this next fight. I'm going to expose each and every one of you cowards. I got bigger nuts than you. I got bigger nuts than you. I'm just saying. I'm going to win this next fight.
If you're not on YouTube watching the live...
John, I'm calling you out. Sam Alvey slept your ass and ain't nobody wanted...
Well, you're small fries to me. You're just an old man with a big mouth on you. You don't have balls to step in the octagon with the heavyweight champion of the world like I did. So you become a keyboard warrior, probably one that would never even show up to the fight. You know what I'm saying? Just to get followers. I'm not going to entertain that. You see, I'm the one who had the higher nuts.
Well, that's what you did. You did all this just to get followers.
To the octagon, the heavyweight champion of the world. That's a lot more than what you cowards can say. And I did it without no training. I did it as a regular man.
Oh, Upchurch is losing his mind. If we have a chance, I'll show some Upchurch videos in a second.
But check this out. In my rematch,
He's now saying that his producer forged a contract and signed his name on it, Be Loose, who was his producer that was also sleeping with his mom, that also set up the falling out with his mom. We thought so. Maybe it was Ryan. I don't know. But everybody's abandoned him now. So now he's saying that his producer, Be Loose, forged a contract that he would have never signed, and he knows it, and the signature's wrong, and that the way that he was going to get out of forging this contract is he came to Ryan and asked Ryan to sign a power of attorney, and then Ryan refused it, and then everybody left him, and nobody would speak to him again because he wouldn't sign the power of attorney. But even if Ryan would have signed the power of attorney, they're dated, so let's say you sign over all every power you have to Be Loose on January 1st. The shit he did in December is still not covered under. It's just insane.
when I knock out the heavyweight champion of the world in the octagon and show Dana White and the rest of the UFC world that I am the greatest who ever done it, you motherfucker, buddy, you fuck up. Then I'll put you on my list of people to knock out. You're definitely going to be on there. Every keyboard warrior that has something to say, everybody who thinks that they're stronger and can beat me after my rematch, and only after my rematch in 6 months with Sam Alvey, I promise you my word as a man. And what you know I'll keep, because I stepped in the octagon, the heavyweight champion of the world, which none of you cowards had the balls to do. You know I'm going to step in there with you. So after I'm done defeating him in my rematch, then I'll come knock you guys out one by one. You're nothing but keyboard warriors. I'm going to expose you. 99% of you won't even show. I'll be surprised if that 1% does show. And when you do, you're going to have to be sipping through a straw and hit you in your jaw so hard.
John, I'm calling you out.
Through a straw.
All right, fellas. I'm going to correct something in this message. It's going to be a little mean.
Well, first of all, they weren't my legs, so nice try. You must have had somebody.
So he says, John responds and says, that picture you have of me after puking and vomiting and laying on my back in the bathroom stall, those aren't my legs. That was one of your friends doing it.
Lay down and do that. Second of all, yeah, buddy, I got news for you. Like, hiding my legs. Bruises go away that quick within a couple of days, bud. Yeah, but there's no bruises on my leg.
That's the wrong leg. That's your back leg. Show your lead leg.
Bro, you kick like a girl. Like, seriously, I didn't feel not one of your kicks. You kicked like a little girl, bro. Like, seriously.
Someone said, if only there was digital evidence of this fight, like a video, I could review to make up my own opinion.
When I get in that octagon with you again, I'll knock you out. But you know, the way you're talking now, sounds like Sam Alvey's a little scared. Like he's coming up with excuses and trying to have somebody lay down.
Someone has said in the comments, said, man, I used to follow you for your confidence, but this whole Sam Alvey rematch thing is just embarrassing now. There's a fine line between confidence and lack of humility, and you've already crossed it. You look silly in the fight. Own it. Learn and move on. The way you're still talking about it reminds me of a middle school kid who can't handle losing. Unfollowing, you need to learn some respects.
Bathroom to make it look like it's me so he can come up with an excuse to back out the fight. Oh, do I see a little bit of fear in Sam Alvey? He's making excuses now, guys. You see this? I said 6 months, let me get my stamina up. He saw what I could do in there. He saw he couldn't take me out.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. You shouldn't be fighting women, but you could say something like, he punched as well as women do comedy, right? Because that's clearly.
First round, now he's being a
you know what I mean, chat.
Being a sore loser. No, I took it like a champion. I even raised your hand. Let me tell you something. I ain't worried about you, Tyrone Sponge, or any other fighter in the UFC. I'll fight all y'all, one by one, in the octagon. Sign the contract, big boy. I'll do whatever you need me to do. Ain't no fear in my heart. You saw the war of a champion in me. You knew that I got gassed out. But your ass sat there, hit me with everything you had, try to put me down. But I refused to go down because you said you were going to take me out in the first round.
Wait, you refused to go down, or you fell down and rolled around and refused to get up?
And now you sit here and lie and make up a story, have somebody lay down in the bathroom stall. Like, really? Come on. I really think you might have rigged that fight with Tyrone Sponge for real, the way he was, you know, boom.
All right, fellas.
So now claiming he rigged one of his fights.
Tell me when and where we can run it. I'm just saying, we can set it.
Gotta agree at this point, it's pointless. He's totally lying. We've seen the embarrassment with his lack of skills, hence being knocked out.
Up legally, we can go to a boxing gym. We can do this right. Run it. Sam knew what he faced in there. He knew that if I wouldn't have gassed out, he knew I would have beat him. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I was taking his hits. His leg kicks, I didn't feel shit. It didn't even numb my leg. Neither one, my left nor my right leg is bruised. Not even a red mark. So at the end of the day, he could say what he...
And people in his comments are like, the man took it easy on you. Bro, he wasn't going full speed. Like, you have to know this. Dude, he's talking about the fight like we didn't see it. Anyone who knows fighting knows that you are not a fighter. He beat you like a step kid. Ha, 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 ha. Bro, you need to learn to throw a punch first. Come on, John. We all saw it. He played with you. Then after you went down, you never got back up.
But at the end of the day, it didn't go the way that he wanted to go. At all. Nowhere close to it. He wanted me out in that first round, and he couldn't do it. And now he's trying to do everything he can to save face, because I lasted almost 2 full rounds with him that he said that he played. No. I gassed out. My eyes stayed locked on his. He knew I was waiting to throw that. Tell me when and where we can run.
Bro, your eyes did not. You were putting your back to him and walking away from him and shit. My eyes stayed locked on his. Get the fuck out of here.
All right. Well, since we're being truthful here, let's go ahead and speak the truth. So let's go behind.
So Sam Alvey commented on this one and said, you didn't push forward ever. You flopped backwards constantly. Brother, I posted the fight. People can see everything you are saying is wrong. And John says, then shut me up with a rematch in 6 months unless you're scared.
Behind the scenes of the fight with Sam Alvey and John. You see, when I got Dan Hendo's gym, when they were setting everything up, you know, they had fight night on the 8th. They had to hold it for the 7th because of California law, me not being registered with the fight commission. They had to run it like a private spar, just for legal purposes.
I don't know what the fuck that means, but okay.
But the whole time, we were told to go hard. We don't. Well, since we're being truthful here, let's go ahead and speak the truth. So let's go behind the scenes of the fight with Sam Alvey and John. You see, when I got Dan Hendo's gym, when they were setting everything up, you know, they had fight night on the 8th. They had to hold it for the 7th because of California law, me not being registered with the fight commission. They had to run it like a private spar, just for
yes.
legal purposes. But the whole time, we were told to go hard. We don't care. It's just for show, to appease the athletic commission, and that we were to try to take each other's heads off. Sam said I wasn't going to make it past the first round. He couldn't stop me, even though he was a better skilled fighter.
He said it in a video responding to you talking shit that you wouldn't last 60 seconds. And we all know that's probably true if he'd have pushed it. Or it's 100% true if he'd have pushed it.
Throwing his hands, which I'm going to work on it. And it ain't going to take me long. I still stood there. And with every hit that he placed on my face, I pushed forward. I taunted him. I didn't feel it. No tears came to my eyes. No pain came to my body. Just fatigue. Besides fatigue, I was eating every hit. And I got news for Sam. Sam has lowered the respect that I have for him now, for his lies and deceit to the American. Yeah, his lies and deceit. You know, after feeling your punches, Sam, and after feeling your kicks, I'm questioning if the UFC is not rigged all the way around the board. See, I mispronounced your name, and it's okay, and everybody laughs online, and it's a big thing, and we go and we fight. But your claims of me not making it past the first round, they don't hold up. It didn't go the way you wanted it to. And you tell me, oh, be humble, you were the better fighter. Hey, listen, it don't matter. It takes one hit. We were hitting each other. If I didn't get fatigued, I would have had you. I get my stamina up, you're done.
Everybody dreams of this one lucky punch. You know, the guy can be 10 times stronger than you, 100 times faster than you, but you just let me land one punch, and he's done for. I don't care how big he is.
Don't refuse this fight in 6 months. Don't back out. Don't get scared. You want me to shut up, Sam? You got it. Fight me in 6 months like you agreed upon. And if you beat me, I will issue a public apology to Tyrone Sponge, you, and to TikTok. If you beat me. But it's not going to happen. And as far as, oh, he showed the wrong leg. Oh, he showed the back of the leg. Listen, if he bruised me, they would still be there, the bruises right now. Coming soon. Here in just a few minutes. Here in just a
Not the back of your leg. You showed your back leg. He never kicked your back leg. He kicked your lead leg.
Bit, I'm going to make a video of both my legs all the way around circumference. I have no bruises on me. So for all those who are rooting for me, for all those who believe me, ride with me, I think Sam is scared because he knows that if I condition myself for these 6 months.
I honestly think Sam wore shin guards to protect him. You have to condition your fucking shins to be able to throw kicks and take kicks.
And get my stamina up. He knows I'm going to destroy him. He knows I'm going to eat his licks like it ain't shit, and I'm going to punch the hell out of him. I'm going to take a smile off his face. Now, this ain't no longer me playing in character. That's why you see my whole tone of voice change. I'm not even trying to act like anything else. This is what you're getting right now. You're getting the real me right now. This is my voice. This is the real me. This is the raw deal of it. Sam, you beat me in 6 months. Again, I'll issue a public apology to Tyrone Sponge, you, and the entire UFC and TikTok. 6 months. Don't back out. Don't make an excuse. Well, I'm not doing it because of this. Because I'm telling you, you know that I can beat you once I get my stamina up, and that's what you're afraid of. You don't want to lose your little bit of spotlight that you got after getting knocked out 9 times straight in the UFC. Your last 9 fights. I was wondering how you knocked out Tyrone Sponge like that. Because you was hitting me even at, oh, some people say he was only doing it 50%. Well, if he was only doing it 50%, then that's still bad. Because it felt like pillow. It felt like a baby kid.
Oh, okay.
I fatigued. And anybody knows that when you're going and you're fatigued and you're done, you're tanked out. Oh, it's an SOB. You're tanked out. I'm going to build my stamina. And I'm going to destroy you. You want to shut me up? You want me to stop? You say my reign ends there? Shut me up. Prove it. Stop.
Someone even asked Sam, like, this is ridiculous. Is this like scripted? Are y'all doing something to like, you know, build up the viewership or, you know, clout chase? And Sam's like, no, this isn't. I think Sam's getting pissed.
This ain't gonna go the way you want it. At all. Now you've awakened the beast. Now you've made me mad. You might not want to watch this video. It might erupt something inside you, but I don't care. I'm gonna knock them teeth out of your mouth. Your mouth guard will be the next one flying out. You see, for those of you
like yours did 4 times.
Oh no, mouth guards are supposed to be molded to your mouth. I didn't know that. They gave me one, it was just thrown into my mouth. It was just thrown into my mouth. It wasn't molded, it was hanging loose. His was molded, mine wasn't. Or I would have knocked his out of his mouth. But I'm gonna get it right this time. Make sure all my
You should have shown up with your own mouth guard then. Like, what the fuck?
Right. We didn't even wrap our hands under the gloves, just bare gloves on. Didn't even worry about wrapping our hands. Anytime that man kicked me or hit me, it was like it was nothing. And he didn't knock me out. Check the video. I dived down. I couldn't go no more. My stamina tanked out. I gassed out. I could not go no more. I'm going to build my stamina. And when I do,
It's the same thing as a knockout, right? He hit you, whether you jumped to the ground or whatever, you just laid there and the fight was over. It's a knockout. The fight didn't proceed.
He's done because he hits like a girl. That's right. I said it. You heard it from me first. He hits like a girl. But even when a girl hits you hard, if you're fatigued, it can put you down. I was fatigued. Now, I'm not making an excuse. He's strong. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not a weak guy, but just I can take a hit. And his hits didn't faze me. It was just I was fatigued. And when he hit me, I just hit the ground for a minute, caught my breath for a second. That's all I did was take a few deep breaths. I stood up immediately. I want a rematch. Flat out. No ifs, ands, or buts. I want a rematch when this is done. He agreed. Now he sees I'm serious about this rematch. He sees what's going on and people are talking. Now he wants to make excuses. Now he wants to come up with lies. Now he wants to come up with deceit. 6 months. 6 months, princess. And I'm gonna beat that pride out of you. I have more inner strength and more willpower than you do, Sam. I have more. I don't care what you say.
I'm fatigued from just hearing him speak.
But it will be in 6 months. I'll be ready. No excuses, no ifs, ands, or buts. If you beat me in 6 months after I condition myself, I will never make another TikTok. I'm going to destroy you, Sam. You heard it from me. Now you've awakened an animal that you will not be able to tame.
These are the same shit you said at the build-up to the first fight.
I'll be ready for you. I just hope you'll be ready for me. No excuses like I think you will make. The way this is going is what it seems, especially with that big cave with the legs. I'm about to send a video of my legs, both of them all the way around, to prove to the world Sam Alvey's a liar on this one. And I'm going to expose you for it. You know, it makes me wonder with how
Japanese.
How soft you hit. Even if you were going at 50%, it's still pathetic. You could have won another 100%, and you still wouldn't have phased me. Flat out. No catchphrases.
Okay.
This is me talking. I'm not trying to exert. This isn't a character anymore. This isn't breaking character. This is fact. I'm taking you down to 6 months unless you cowered out. But after this last video you just made, you might got more coward in you than I thought. You see, you're the heavyweight champion of the world. The average American would have been scared to death to step in that octagon with you. I stepped in there telling you I was going to try to knock you out and give you everything I got to the last breath, and that's what I did.
And you couldn't. He stepped in trying to carry you, and he couldn't.
Until I conked out late in the second round. And yeah, I talked about Tyrone Sponge. Okay, he from Dutch. Sorry about the mishap on that.
He from Dutch.
Not from Brazil, he's Dutch. Cool. But he got knocked out by one of your punches? It's pathetic, man. It's pathetic. It lasted longer than he did. You're pathetic. You try to put him down in the first. Let me tell you something. You try to put me down in the first. Your videos, you said it. You said multiple times in your video that I would not make it out the first round. Who made it out the first round, Sam? You're pathetic with that video. 6 months. You're going.
That's what Sam gets for trying to be a nice guy, right? To not fucking embarrass him, to not make it only go one round.
Well, since we're all right.
Sorry.
All right. I was the first TikToker to sit there and go against an MMA fighter. I pushed this guy backwards. I don't care what nobody says. He couldn't take me down in the first round. He could try to save face, and all the rest of you guys are dick riding. Of course you're going to dick ride. I mean, you guys are dick riding on so hard, you're going to get a ticket for doing it without a helmet. I mean, like, come on, man.
Someone says it. You're disrespectful to him, his former opponents, the MMA as a whole, all combat sports, and it shouldn't earn you any more shots with him or any other professional. You should be blacklisted. You had your chance to be humble after you got your ass beat. Now it's over.
So this is what we're going to do, right? You know, he's the heavyweight champion of the world. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to give it to him and say I had no chance? Cool. Why don't y'all step up to the plate? Because I'll beat the hell out of each and every one of you, one by one. Because y'all not Sam Alvey. I'll toy around with you, and the shoe will be on the other foot. So who wants to play with you? Go ahead and call it out. So Sam Alvey is too afraid for that rematch. And Sam Alvey doesn't want to step up that rematch in the octagon. Why don't one of you guys step up? Why don't one of you guys show me how it's done? Since you know exactly what you're doing, and you're so tough, and you're not just a keyboard warrior. Stop riding Sam's dick. And Sam, stop being a scared little bitch. That's what you're doing. You're just making excuses. 6 months, let me get that stamina up, and I'm going to give you what I should have gave you in the first time. I was told no spinning elbows. I was told no leg locks. I was told a whole bunch of different rules that I could not do. And you advertise this like this was a full-on martial art fight, MMA. We could do exactly what we wanted to do. And then I'm told there's rules.
Every fight has rules, you fucking retard.
Well, you put restraints on things, so it puts your way. 6 months. 6 months I come back and I knock your dumb ass out. Anybody else think it's a joke? Then come on, see me in that fucking octagon, so I'll beat the fuck out of you. And I don't care what TikTok has to say about this.
The rules were to protect you, brother.
I'm the king of this shit. At least I had the guts and the glory to step in that octagon. If Sam didn't go 100%, that's on his punk ass. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm gonna eat him alive in that rematch if he's dumb enough to give it to me. He already said he was gonna give it to me. So that means if he backs out, he's a coward in my opinion. And I'm gonna shout it to the rooftop. Sam Alvey, I'm seeing you in the second round, bitch. All right. I was the first.
Bitch. Did he shrink? What is going on here?
Beautiful out here. I could be out here forever. I would love it. I had to come see the ocean before I left. I don't care what Sam Alvey has to say. The way he chooses to lead, you should lead. But my heart for you, there's not me laying down in that bathroom. And then on top of that, regardless of how you feel, how hard this man may have hit, what I may look like. You're right, I may look terrible. I may not got no form. I may have never been taught how to fight a day in my life. But I'll go down swinging on anybody. Anybody who tries to hurt me. No matter who they are. Including the heavyweight champion of the world. I'm not bitter that I lost. I gassed out. That was on me. I'm not bitter about anything. I just want my rematch. Always back and forth. Stop nervous. Now it is what it is. The reason why it is what it is because I ain't got no more rep. For the next 6 months I'm training. I'm transforming my body into something different. I ain't gonna do this childish act with you. 6 months, if you beat me still, I'll shut the fuck up. I'll shut up. That's a promise. For you, for the world. I'll shut the fuck up. But if I beat you, I want a public apology. As far as Tyrone Sponge goes, I can't apologize. I got to take the time to apologize for absolutely fucking nothing. For the simple fact, shut up, Conor McGregor. And I'm saying that for the simple fact of, I feel different. You said it was going to be a dogfight. You said I was going to get hurt. That's what you said. You said I only had 60 seconds to gas it. You said I wouldn't make it past the first round. Now all of a sudden, I make it past the first round. And you got all these excuses, jokes, and mysterious legs underneath the bathroom stall, whatever the fuck that is. No, we ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna let you drag me into this child's play. Be a man. Said I can have a rematch. 6 months. I ain't gonna do no shit talking. I ain't gonna go around. Just 6 months. 6 months. You're finished, Sam. But if you beat me, it is my promise as a man. I'll shut the fuck up. Keep my promises. You know that. I showed up and down. I got myself all the way across the damn country. Like Scarface said, all I got in this world is my word and my balls. I don't break nobody. 6 months. Accept that fight. Man, I shut the fuck up.
It's almost like he's holding him hostage for a second fight after he did all this shit talking and stuff. He said he uploaded the fight, and you can see him taunting Sam to hit him. Because it's the unedited version. The fuck?
Sam's coming in from the same side.
We're going to skip around, at least till the fight starts. Taunting him my ass. This just like looks like it maybe it's his old lady recording it, but it's the same fucking fight. Oh. Oh, that was it. That was the taunt. In the first exchange, he hit himself with his own glove. That was the taunt. In 10 seconds, he's gassed, but that was it. People are saying, stop hitting yourself. You're causing damage to yourself. Yeah, after he gets fucking when they raise Sam's hand as a winner, you can see his fucking gut finally spills out. Fucking elbows wide, chicken winged, fucking never getting back in his guard. Like it's a mess. Wait, that kick didn't hurt. Did you see that? That kick didn't even hurt. Ah, looked like it hurt, didn't it? Let him get his mouthpiece multiple times. Backing off of him, letting him out of the corner. Not capitalizing when his guard's down. I don't even feel like this was a full workout for Sam. You can tell the leg Sam keeps kicking is his lead leg, obviously. He can't even reach his back leg, but when he says no bruises, he shows the wrong leg. Even people in chat are like, respect to Sam for going so easy on you. At least he didn't hurt you. He did a good job. He didn't try to embarrass you. Stopped again for that mouthpiece after he caught him. Twice. Oh, we get a close-up of this. Actually, let me slow it down. When Sam fakes this left right here, Twice. And John ducks his head. Dude, he could have ended it was so quickly with a knee. Watch after this tie up, then they fight over here. Every time Sam fakes that left, he puts his head straight the fuck down. I don't know what technique that is. Not a good one. Even the crowd's telling him, put your hands up. Guard your face. All right, watch right here is where we're going to see these ducks. Sam fakes his left twice, and he does the exact same thing. One fucking knee, one fucking kick, it's over. Right there. Look, he cannot see what Sam is doing. Lights the fuck out. That's the first one. Right? You can't do this. What the fuck is this? That's one, and there's a second one coming right here. Look how bent over he is. We can see his eye right here. Like we're looking into his face. So if he's looking at us in the crowd, could you imagine if Sam grabbed his shoulders and just put a knee into him? It's over. At no point should you be looking behind you through your fucking, in between your body and your elbow. Like, what the fuck is that? Might as well stay and watch the knockout now. I don't even think Sam turned on the power there. It was just a little bit more speed when he gets him with those 3 or 4 in a row. Back to working a leg kick. Hands are down, no guard, wild swings. Get some contact here. Leg. At any point in the first round, at any point. As soon as the fucking bell rang, it was Sam's fight to win or lose. And this cocky motherfucker, dude, I don't know, it just pisses me off at this point. I don't know if Sam responded beyond this. I think he said he was going to do a full breakdown of the fight on his YouTube channel, but I haven't went and looked.
Rise of Marxist and far-left activists in one party to shut
down. It doesn't seem like he's done it yet. He'll probably do it the next couple of days. We might watch it if he does a full breakdown of his fight. Yeah. All right, anyways. All right, back to everything else going on, I guess. I didn't expect it to take that long to cover that, but that guy kind of pisses me off the way he's been acting. Let's start here. What's the cause of the government shutdown? Well, Mom Donnie, for one, that's what caused the government to shut down.
We can't allow a rise of Marxist and far-left activists in one party to shut down the entire operation of the federal government. And that is exactly what they are allowing them to do. The Democrats have got to come to their senses. You can endorse communists all you want, but at least keep the government operating for us.
This tells you everything.
So Mom Donnie winning and being endorsed by some members of Congress caused the government shutdown.
Operating for us.
This tells you everything you need to know about the Republican Party. At a time when 4 million Americans are in danger of losing their health care, when the federal government is choosing to price hungry Americans across this country out of their very groceries, their focus is to take on the Muslim guy.
We can't allow a rise of
Jesus Christ.
Activists in one party.
You remember the churches we covered last night? I think FedEx came in and mentioned them. One of the churches responded. One of the pastors responded. Is this it? Yes. Living Faith Christian Center, Baton Rouge. What do you think he says? What do you think his response is, chat? What do you got? We didn't know. We didn't get the call. We didn't see this. We didn't. Well, I'll tell you. He claims that his church feeds thousands of people, and the woman that called was a witch. And the Bible says that you can't leave witches alive. I'm going to play it in a minute, but I shit you not. He claims the woman that called was a witch. And his Bible tells him that witches should die.
We had a little situation. So I'm gonna call this situation. And y'all know if it was up to me, I would have been unplugged social media a long time ago. It's just a playground for good things, but also evil. So as much good as you can get out of it, you get a lot of evil. And the person who goes around calling churches and putting the voice of a baby crying in the background. And I say, really the person is low. So, like I teach these men over here, if folk want to apologize, I don't apologize to the devil.
Calls her the devil. I don't apologize to the devil.
Yeah, sometimes Christians get so weak, you forgot we're supposed to rebuke evil. So if you could pretend to have a crying baby to try to call churches and to trick people into things. Now, let me tell you something about Living Faith. We fed thousands of people. Thousands, not hundreds, thousands. I can't tell you how much money have gone out. Now, we don't advertise it because I'm not a social service. I don't have a big box of money that I sit there and just tell them to pass by. Our staff gives money out of their pocket. And I can't tell you how many times we put families up where we had women with children come here on a Wednesday night, nowhere to live. Ask Sister LaToya, I give her my credit card. Go over here, stay a week. So, but I'm not one of them preachers. I need to go call the newspaper every time we give out a bottle of water. So if you need that, you're in the wrong church. So as long as the members of Living Faith know, and I say we in the middle of feeding people, how you gonna do your little dirty deed? And it's just the spirit of a witch. It's a witch. And my Bible says he do not allow that thing to live. So you have to watch when you fooling with God. I told him I had my scripture. I'm going to slip it in here this week. I didn't get a chance to share it out Daniel chapter 5.
Range Rovers already have, and other high-end models, Range Rovers I know for sure already have heated windshields.
Happen when you mess with the people of God. You're taking your life into your own hand. Now, they might have a few little TikTok demons came up in here today. Please stay for the rest of the service. Please stay. But you will behave yourself. Because this is not one of them churches you're going to come and disrupt it.
She's a witch, guys. She's a fucking witch.
If you need that, you're in the wrong church. So as long as the members are there weak. So, but I'm not one of them preachers. I need to go call the newspaper every time we give out a bottle of water. So if you...
Oh, so we don't brag it. We do it. We just don't tell nobody.
You need that, you're in the wrong church. So as long as the members of Living Faith know, and I say...
No one asked you to go out and call the newspaper. We wanted to see if you would help a starving baby.
We in the middle of feeding people. How you gonna do your little dirty deed? And it's just the spirit of a witch. It's a witch. And my Bible says he do not allow that thing to live. So you have to watch when you fooling with God. I told him I had my scripture. I'm going to slip it in here this week. I didn't get a chance to share it out of Daniel chapter 5. What happened when you mess with the people of God? You taking your life into your own hand. Now, they might have a few little TikTok demons came up in here today. Please stay for the rest of the service. Please stay. But you will behave yourself. Because this is not one of them churches you're going to come and disrupt it. You will be dealt with very, very swiftly in Jesus' name. Now, I'm going to tell you what. Before I left out of my office, because I couldn't sleep last.
It's faster than, like, you've driven a car with, like, rear defrost, right? With, like, the wire embedded in it. Well, this is a much smaller wire, which is honestly the difficulty of adding it to, like, a front windshield because the vision and safety glass, blah, blah. It's a smaller wire, so you think it would take longer. But when you start your car and you got your defrost going too, it's actually quicker. Or at least that's what everybody else says. I don't own one, but that's what everybody else says because you got the defrost blowing straight on it plus the heated windshield. Some people complain that it shifts their vision some. But you can't have like a big wire like you have in your rear window because it's safety glass and it's hard to get in there and you have to preserve people's fucking field of view and shit. Some people, I've heard that some people are really bothered by heated windshields. Like the wire is really fine, but at certain angles you can kind of notice a shift because you're not looking straight through glass. You're looking through a piece of glass, then a wire, then a piece of glass. So it's almost like it shifts it and gives it like a weird shift to what you're looking at outside. But some people it really bothers, but most people are fine with it.
Last night, I, just little wink here and there. And at my young age, I need all the sleep I can get. But, what I need the Holy Spirit always is to guide me to do the right thing. You see, and so my first thing is to forgive them now. The other staff who got cursed out, think about it. You're going to provoke folk and think about the evil people will call the church and curse the people out. I'm talking about all kind of vulgarity where you got to cut the phone off. Now, that's not people of God. That's the devil. Them folk, I rebuke you in Jesus' name. So if you're watching this morning, repent while you have a chance. But for my part, I forgive you. I really do. Because the devil is using you like a pair of galoshes. Just take you out there in the mud and the rain and sit you in the corner somewhere. I have no use for you. But, and I pray that you be saved. I really do. I pray that you be delivered. That the devil no longer has total control of you. Amen. And here's the funny thing, and I know it wasn't too much laughing around here because Will, he's from Chicago. I think some of them found out about that. So, all right, so don't y'all get it twisted. None.
The whole chat saying amen and agreeing with him. Fucking churches are dirty, dude.
It's
The Pharisees called Jesus a fucking evil for exposing them too. I don't know if you guys remember that from your Bible or not.
I said, Lord, tell me what to do for the babies who need milk. There's a lady called, we need formula. And I said, but that's like taking advantage of a person who's infirm and saying, I'm getting money. But the person not really infirm. You just use.
But no, she didn't receive anything, right? It would have been pretty fucked up if she'd have taken money from them or even formula from them and didn't need it. She was lying. And then you see in the background of her video, she's got, 30 tubs of formula stacked up against the wall. So it's not the same as saying somebody's infirm and taking money for them and they're not really infirm because she didn't take anything. Any fucking excuse. Any excuse they can make.
Using them. And I said, every mother that had a baby, what's the first thing they give you before you leave? Put it on the screen. The first thing they do to a mother is because the baby need food. Y'all got the thing I sent you with.
What's he going to show? What's he going to show, chat? He's going to say, we don't help with formula. We don't do that because they should be signed up for WIC. But the same people will say that we should stop these government subsidies and put it back to the community and the church.
WIC, all right, it's coming up. It's coming up. Okay. Now this is on the Louisiana website for WIC. And the first thing you're going to see, they say, we open. Even though they got people of mental levels that I'm not sure about in D.C., but in Louisiana, your WIC still works. And so this is what you do. So for all the little TikTok demons, since y'all don't know how it works, this is where you get your milk. Amen. Now we give you meat. We had a little situation.
You believe that shit? Holy shit. There was another pastor who handled it a lot better. I don't know if I'll be able to look up the video. He was like an older guy that was sitting down. He was like in tears talking about how horrible it was and what the churches were doing and him seeing the video. I might not be able to find it right now. I didn't plan on... Oh, this might be it.
And I love it. I love it. I love it. You clap for I got to get this one.
Yeah, that was the pastor of that church who failed the test.
Why should this be so special? Last night as you were leaving the office, I said all day, Hope said I'm crying. I'm crying. I'm not a crier, but I've cried for days. And she said, I'm doing work at the other desk. And she said, Dad, I want to see you cry. I said, I can't help it. I can't help it. I thought that that's true that he that goes forth weeping, bearing precious seed, shall doubtless come again, rejoicing, bring the sheaves with him. Last night, Jeff Lobo come out. They don't have TikTok. I have TikTok, but TikTok has me too. It's kind of a warfare, you know. It's kind of like, and somehow they hadn't seen the video, and I had not listened to the video. I've got to keep my tissue because I'm really messed up right now. And I had listened to the video because I cannot stand to hear myself talk. I really can't. So I'd watched the closed caption, and I thought I knew that. Never listened. But we sat there and listened to it last night. I started crying. Where's Jeff Stringer at? Jeff Stringer, who's one of the steadiest guys, never goes up and down emotions, came around my desk and grabbed me and just hugged me for a moment. What a moment. Bo was crying. I told John on this last night. We spent 2 hours together talking about this. 1:30 this morning. And I said, I've listened to that video. I'm saying this sincerely. There's not one thing I heard in that video that would prompt me to give a nickel. From what I said. Jonathan said the same thing, but he thinks like Grandpa. In a lot of ways, not everywhere, in a lot of ways. So I don't know what happened there. God took an Appalachian voice, and he's touched at least 50 states, 2 or 3 foreign countries, all the way to Australia. I've talked on the phone, people lost the phone rang at 10 o'clock, and this guy must be a janitor. He sounded like a person of color. He says, sir, is this the church of the guy on TikTok? Is this the church of the guy on TikTok? I said, this is Appalachian Tap Hall right here. And he said, I just came to work.
She said that she's like, oh my God, that guy sounded so sweet, like an Appalachian papaw. And that video's went pretty viral. That was one of the churches that agreed to do it.
And he said, I just came to work. It was 6 o'clock his time. And the school, I'm saying this is Jan. He didn't know me either, Kevin, so and he said, I just heard the video and I'm crying. That's what I am too, man. And he said, it just touched me in such a way. I thought, this guy's a janitor. I want you to do a donation. This guy's a janitor. A woman called from Michigan yesterday, and she said, I want to send a donation. I said, thank you. And she said, I'm not a believer. She said, I'm Muslim. I looked at her, I said, we both love the baby, don't we? We both love the baby. God's good. That's good.
I think he even goes to one part and says that, like, Jesus commanded us to feed the mothers and the orphans, the poor and the orphans, maybe. And he's like, I consider any baby that needs something, right? That needs food, that needs help, that needs taken care of as an orphan. That's what we're going to consider it.
Y'all left. I got through the door, forgot my phone.
Yeah, let's type that in.
I love it. I love it. Be quiet, for I got to get this.
Appalachian Papaw. Is this the video I saw?
Angie Roberts, who's got Hurting People Ministry. From the top of her head to the soles of her feet. Walked in that office with that phone call, and we started talking, and she said, and I didn't know. All the reason I knew money was coming in, I called Steve and said, somebody texted me and said they gave some money. People tell me that all the time. People come to me and say, I got a lawsuit filed. And you pray I win that lawsuit, and I'm going to give the church all kinds of... They lie, they don't do it. Or they don't win one. You want me to pray you into prosperity and then make you a liar at the same time? No. It's going through it. We live in our budget. We operate this church on a budget of $350,000, $400,000 a year. And we do a lot of ministry through that. So we're going to bless. It's not going to be. I heard Norman say last Sunday, get all you can all you get, and sit on the lid. No, sir. No, sir.
Anyways, so some churches fucking passed the test, some failed the test. They all handled it differently. I can't believe they'd fail the test and double down. Just come out and say, look, it fell through the cracks. Maybe we gave her information for this or a WIC or that, but we should have done better. And we're going to do better. That's it. But acting like this is just fucking crazy. Here's some numbers on your, they're not fixing the problem with housing, right? It's either housing or wages. The wages you make now make it almost impossible to currently buy a home, because of the price of homes. So you can either raise wages or somehow lower the prices of homes. Someone said that, that's a different statistic. But anyways, one of Trump's ideas is he wants to potentially approve a 50-year mortgage. He posted about this on his Truth Social. Not the only thing he posted about. He posted this fake news story that's been debunked and debunked and debunked. Let's talk about this first, then we'll go on to 50-year mortgage. It says, #breaking, Doge halts yearly payment of $2.5 million to Barack Obama for royalties linked to Obamacare. They're trying to say, because people refer to it as Obamacare instead of the ACA, which is a catchphrase, right? Obamacare, it's not its official name, that a royalty is a payment made every time they say the word Obamacare or it's written in legislation. Now, this has been around for forever. Since Obamacare first came in, this has been a lie that's been spread by satire sites. This is from a satire news site that only spreads lies. And it is blown up, and people in his comments believe it. Much of what is wrong in America was caused by this man. Barack Obama was never eligible to be president. He also has no presidential immunity. Treason. Oh my God. Okay, I never saw that one coming, but it makes sense to me now. Who else is receiving these royalties at White House? Please put a nationwide ad on this. The American people deserve to know the truth. We've got everything we've ever voted for. How crooked is this? $40 million for making insurance companies richer is clearly a kickback. MAGA, whatever. Who else is collecting these royalties? Pelosi and Schumer. Well, it's not called Pelosi Care, and it's not called Schumer Care. If medicine works, you would never need to refill your prescription. I assume you'll want to sell that faces Mecca. Again, going with the Muslim theme. Wish people who pay for insurance through work could sue him because we've had to pay more for less. Seriously, he was making money off Obamacare, $40 million. Wow, unbelievable. This is not true, nor has it ever been true. It's been debunked over a decade now, and it has to get debunked every fucking 6 months. And the president of the United States is sharing this and saying, wow. There's clearly an issue there. He needs a social media team or something to at least verify the veracity of his claims that he's making. This is insane. And people are just repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating it. Fucking stupid. Anyways, so one of Trump's other plans, because he said he was done talking about affordability. He doesn't want to hear it. He's saying it's affordable now, and I don't want to hear any more about it. So whatever. One of his other plans is a 50-year mortgage. Okay. Now with a 50-year mortgage, we're going to run the fucking numbers. With a 50-year mortgage, you're literally going to be saving maybe $100, $200 on your monthly payment. And you're going to be paying the bank astronomically more money for 50 fucking years. Over half of everybody's lifespan here. Most of us aren't going to live to be 100. Over half of it. This is fucking insane, and it doesn't fix anything. If literally between you being able to buy this house and not buying this house is the $210 you might save, get a $210 a month cheaper house and do it for $30 and try to pay it off in $15. The point is to shorten your mortgage. Let's crunch some numbers, though. Here, I'm not going to do it. I'll let Zach do it, the real estate agent, but here's the video.
Is a 50-year mortgage a good idea? I took some notes down so we can compare a 30-year mortgage to a 50-year mortgage. If we had a 30-year loan on a $400,000 house at today's rates, you'd have a $2,660 monthly payment. If you were to get a 50-year loan on that $400,000 home at today's rates, your payment would drop to $2,380, saving you $280 a month. Principal.
$280 is all you would save a month. Okay? So you could just buy a cheaper house, but you'd save not even $300.
Per payment. This is saying how much of your mortgage payment is actually going toward paying off the loan. On a 30-year loan for that $400,000 house, you'd be paying off $327 per.
$327 of your payment goes to the actual paying off the house.
Payment. With a 50-year mortgage, though, you'd only be paying off $47.
$47 of your payment. What was it? $2,500 payment, $2,300 payment? $47 goes to the principal.
Per payment. Total interest by the end of the loan. At the end of the 30-year loan, you will have paid $950.
So $1 million in interest on a 30-year loan.
$7,600, $557K of that being interest. On the 50-year loan for the same exact house, you would end that 50-year period paying $1.7.
You're almost paying twice as much to save $200 on your monthly payment. Not only that, but will your family be able to end up paying it off or take over payments or whatever? So the fastest way to increase generational wealth is to own a piece of real property, whether that's just a piece of land and pass it on to your kids, or a house, or whatever it might be, but real physical, tangible property, real estate, and to pass it on. That's how you get generational wealth, or move your kids up in a tax bracket or whatever, right? Over time. That's the easiest way to do it. Now, when you get 40 years old, you get a 50-year mortgage, there's still a shit ton left on the principal to pay it. Your kids aren't in a place to take over the payments or can't get approved or whatever. No one ever owns it.
$1.3 million, $1.3 million of it being interest. And last stat, if you were to own that home for 10 years with a 30-year mortgage, that $400K home, you know.
Okay, so this is 10 years in. How much equity do you have? Can you refinance? Can you take out equity if you need it for a medical emergency or to fix the roof or whatever? What is the equity after 10 years?
Now own $56,000.
$56,000. I mean, that's like, let's say you had some type of major something go on and you need to borrow against your home. It's not great, right? You're basically starting overpaying, but you got $56,000 there that you could access.
$1,000 of you, $56K in equity. But after 10 years of the 40-year mortgage, you'll only own $14,000.
$14,000 after paying 10 years is how much you paid toward the principal.
$1,000 worth of the home. You won't be able to refi, you'll hardly be able to sell, and by the end of it, you will have given the bank 3 to 4 times the amount of your mortgage.
Can you imagine how upside, let's say you buy a home on a 50-year mortgage, and after 2 years, disaster strikes, right? You've got to move, or your husband lost his job, or the economy takes a turn for the shit, and you've got to sell, or you're going to lose the house. Can you imagine how upside down you're going to be when you have $1.7 million for the interest on top of you?
50-year mortgage is an awful idea. Is a 50-year mortgage a good idea? I took some notes down so we can compare a 30-year mortgage to a 50-year mortgage. If we had a 30-year loan on a $400,000 house at today's rates, you'd have a $2,660 month. Is a 50-year mortgage a good idea? I took some notes down so we can compare a 30-year mortgage to a 50-year mortgage. If we had a 30-year loan on a $400,000 house at today's rates,
it's a $400,000 home. I wanted to make sure I was getting the price right. That's a really nice home. Well, not so much. That's a nice home in my area. Not a really nice home, but a nice home, like a nice starter home. It wasn't brand new, but you didn't really need to do anything to make it safe or livable at the time. Back pre-COVID was like fucking 160 to like 180 area. That's went up $100,000 since then. It's fucking insane. Trump says affordability's here. Stop complaining about it. We're affordable now. Stop bitching.
President Trump is tired of hearing about how much things are costing you.
So I don't want to hear about the affordability because right now we're much less. If you look at energy, we're getting close to $2 a gallon gasoline. With Biden, it was $4.50, $5. Another thing, inflation. We had the worst inflation in the history of our country. Now we have virtually no inflation at all. It's down at a very low number and a very normal number.
Still too high.
Trump just last night. Now, you can feel any way you want about what the president just said. As always, I do not report on feelings in this video. I'm going to get into the actual facts and the numbers when it comes
Stop it, Dr. J. Are you sending them here?
And inflation. But before I do that, I just want to...
God damn it. When I pick you up in the RV, you're gonna hear. Just wait.
Take you back.
We might not be able to stream that part.
A few years. Do you remember when inflation was really high? And I was reporting on it here on my page every single month. But President Biden and his entire administration would say up and down and over again that inflation was transitory. And then when the inflation numbers did actually start to come down, the Biden administration kept saying, see, the economy is getting better. But you called bullshit. You said over and over that the cost of living was too high. I know.
So this happened during the last election. Our inflation numbers were actually getting really good. We were doing better than the rest of the world. They were coming towards the target inflation that the Fed wants. Like, they were doing really good. But people were still saying bullshit because this is expensive, that's expensive, this is expensive. I'm talking about like in 2024. They were bad through COVID, but like in 2024, they were actually doing really good, and people were like, bullshit, still can't afford it. Well, now President Trump's telling you the exact same things. Inflation is good, and people are still like, bullshit, I can't afford. Well, not the maggots. They're like, hell yes, feed me more boot. But everybody else is like, no, it's still super fucking, I can't afford shit.
Because you were telling it to me in my comment section too. And that was happening because you were feeling the long-term effects of inflation. You were seeing it in your grocery prices and your gas prices. And because of that disconnect between what you were saying very loudly about the very real cost of living and what the Biden administration was trying to convince you of based on the numbers, what happened during the 2024 election? In the end, Democrats lost the House, the Senate, and the White House. Now, I just wanted to remind you of that episode because just like what happened with President Biden, What President Trump is saying now is not connecting to what you are saying about this economy and the cost of living.
Nothing feels fucking cheaper, right? I know Trump's going to tell us that gas is fucking $1 a gallon and groceries is an old-fashioned world. Nothing's cheaper.
And prices being too high. Okay, so now let's get into the actual numbers. You heard Trump say gas prices are getting close to $2 a gallon. According to AAA, as of yesterday, the average price for a gallon of regular gas in this country was $3.08. That is only 3 cents.
It's 3 cents cheaper than when Biden was in office. 3 cents cheaper. In fact, diesel is up.
Cents cheaper than it was a year ago. And diesel, that's sitting at $3.71 a gallon, which is 14 cents higher than it was a year ago.
On average, gas is 3 cents cheaper. Well, I guess since a year ago. And diesel is more expensive.
So none of that is anywhere close to $2 a gallon. But in the state of Mississippi, the average cost for a gallon of regular is $2.60.
So in Mississippi, the average cost is $2.61. I still wouldn't call that close to $2. It was clearly closer to $3, but whatever.
That is the closest to $2 a gallon I could find. But it's still 61 cents above $2. Now, let's talk about inflation. Trump keeps saying that we had the worst inflation, and now we have virtually no inflation. Well, he's partially right. Coming out of the pandemic in June of 2022, we saw inflation spike to 9.1%. That was bad. But was it the worst we've ever seen in the history of our country? No. We've had several periods of higher inflation. For
the 70s.
In the late 1970s and early 80s, inflation peaked at 14%. Just ask your parents and grandparents about it. They'll tell you. Now, let's talk about this other claim that President Trump keeps making. He keeps saying we have virtually no inflation. And your groceries and energy bills, he says, those are great. It's the press who's lying to you about it.
Our energy costs are way down. Our groceries are way down. Everything is way down. And the press doesn't report it. The press reports whatever the con people say. You know, I call the Democrats con men and women. They make up numbers.
Okay, so let's start with overall inflation, and then I'll talk about grocery prices and energy prices specifically. As I've been reporting every single month for years, the U.S. government releases a report on inflation.
Yeah, we have people come in here all the time. I mean, like, where do you think this data is coming from? Like, do you think they're making it up? People all the time come in here and it's like, I got gas for $2 a gallon or 87 cents or I traded a fucking postage stamp for 10 gallons. But the data doesn't lie. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Every month. Coincidentally, Trump's own Bureau of Labor Statistics said in the month of September, which is the most recent report we have, inflation increased 3% when compared to September of 2024. It also increased between August and September of this year. The Federal Reserve wants inflation to be increasing at no more than 2% every year. So the fact, according to Trump's own government, is generally inflation is going up, not down, and it is not virtually gone. It's very much still around. Now, let's talk about grocery prices. According to that same September CPI report, the price you are paying for every single item at the grocery store was 2.7% more than it was in September of 2024. And if you can afford to go out to a restaurant and eat, the report found in the month of September, that would have cost you 3.7% more than it did in September of 2024. So grocery prices and food prices are up well above the 2% Federal Reserve target. Last, let's talk about energy, and that's a doozy. Now, I already told you about gas prices, but energy isn't just about gasoline. The same September CPI report found electricity is up more than 5%.
5% year over year. Last time it was down 0.5%. 5% on your electricity bills.
Year over year. And natural gas is up almost 12% between September.
Natural gas is up almost 12%.
this year and September of last year. Trump said none of that's a problem, but the only problem he does see is with Republicans who are not telling you how great Trump's economy is.
So the affordability is much better with the Republicans. The only problem is the Republicans don't talk about it. And Republicans should start talking about it and use their heads, because we have great numbers. We have greatest, and they're going to only get better.
President Trump is...
So the problem is the media is lying. The Democrats are lying because they only listen to the con people, which he means are Democrats. The media only listens to them. And Republicans need to start preaching about how good prices are. The reason the Republican Party is not out doing fucking town halls and talking about how good prices are is because they're not that good. Right? So people are still feeling the fucking pain. Because it's not like the president can just snap his fingers and make it. I don't expect Trump to be able to do that as a president, to be able to snap his fingers and make it. But Trump himself and all of his followers thought that that was a possibility. Thought that Biden just wasn't doing it because he hated them or some shit. And that Trump was going to fix it on day one, like he said. You can't do that. That's not a thing. Anyways. I just told you, or she just told you, how high that natural gas was, right? LNG. On November 4th, is that right? On November 4th, the U.S. became the very first country to export more than 10 million tons of LNG a month. Remember, they were mad. And Trump undid it because Biden had restricted LNG exports to make sure that our heating bills didn't go through the fucking roof, that our power bills didn't fucking go through the roof. Because if you just let the market do what the market does, they're getting more for LNG overseas. So they're going to sell as much LNG overseas as they can. Then eventually, let's say overseas will pay $7 a gallon, and we're only willing to pay $5 a gallon, just to make it easy. They will sell as much as humanly possible overseas at $7 a gallon. As they sell less to the United States, suddenly the United States goes to $5.50, then $6, then $6.50, and then before long it's at $7, and then that's when we get our LNG back. Then the overseas, when they can't get it as much as they need at $7, they're going to say, well, we'll give you $7.50 or we'll give you $8. And then ours goes up to $7.50 and $8, trying to catch up. The LNG limit should have stayed in place. Mr. Global warned everybody. There was several outlets that were warning people, this isn't going to be good for your power bill. It's already up 5% year over year. When last year it was down 0.5%. And then we get this. They slowly snuck this in. So you guys remember that Biden signed some bullshit about drilling offshore and how it was banned in these certain areas, right? Those areas happen to be really close to the coast, and nobody was drilling there anyways, okay? There's just there's not a lot of oil there. There's not enough oil for the exploratory drilling and the prices and putting in a rig and shit like that. It was more like a sentimental thing. Like Biden can do this and then say, look to the people who want to stop oil drilling. Hey, I've protected these areas, right? And he gets in with that group of people, right? The environmental people. But he really doesn't do anything. But Trump has to run on drill, baby, drill, even though we're losing rigs every fucking month. Since Trump's been in office, all the rig count has done is go down in the U.S. because the OPEC deals and because other people drill. Cheap gas is not conducive to American jobs in oil and gas. It's being flooded from foreign markets. Anyways, so Trump, the first thing he did is to talk about how terrible Biden is for not letting these certain areas offshore be drilled, right? So Trump comes in and says, that was a horrible deal, worst president ever, Sleepy Joe. He probably did it with an auto pen. So he unseals those areas. He unseals those areas for drilling. That was one of the very first things he did to come into office. He undid an executive order and unsealed those areas. But then what happens? I haven't seen a bunch of oil rigs going up offshore. Have you? Have seen a bunch of new platforms you can see from the beach? No. They quietly banned, the Trump administration very quietly banned drilling in those areas again, the same as Joe Biden.
Yeah, this is going to be another one of those I told you so posts. Yeah. Do you remember how the Biden drilling ban was going to destroy America? Sure you do. Sure you do. So last month, a court ruled that drilling ban was illegal. Yeah, okay. So the Trump administration began working on its plan to lease those areas to oil and gas companies for drilling. And in the red, that's what.
This is the areas. They're pretty close offshore, but it's not areas we drill out anyways. Like, it's not way out in the Gulf where we always drill. It's not off Florida where we're already drilling. It's not in any of the areas where we typically drill. And it's not like companies just always wanted to drill there but couldn't get their foot in. They would have bought off a politician by now. There's not a lot of oil there anyways.
It's banned, right? The stuff in the red. See all that? The Atlantic? Well, that's what was banned before the court lifted the ban. Now check this out. White House removes Atlantic from oil lease consideration after political backlash.
Well, I'll be damned. Snuck this one in on Halloween. White House removes Atlantic from oil lease consideration after political backlash. The Trump administration could be days away from proposing a 5-year drilling plan that would open new waters off the Pacific and eastern Gulf coasts to oil and gas rigs. But they removed the Atlantic seaboard that Biden put in to protect. Weird.
So there's going to be no drilling here, anywhere. The White House has removed it. Why? Because all of the Republican governors of these states didn't want it. They don't want their people seeing drilling platforms off the coast. Might bring down their home values. Yeah, you remember all that? Drill, baby, drill. Even funnier, remember you believing it? Yeah, that was even the funnier part. So we went through all this trouble to get Biden's drilling ban removed, only to essentially re-implement it within a month. Yes, basically. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, this is going to be another one of those I told you so posts. Yeah.
That didn't take long, did it? That didn't take long. I saw a video about Trump's, let's see, where we at? First, I want to see what this court ruling is. You guys know I've had this major hate boner for the flock cameras. Apparently, a city has lost in court and had to shut down their flock cameras. Let's see what this is. I have not watched this video or looked it up or anything. It was just recommended to me because I hate flock cameras.
Again, to Leto's Law. Here's Steve Leto.
We've been talking a lot about those flock surveillance cameras recently, and a story popped up in the news that everybody has sent me. The version to go with is from KGW.com. Judge orders police to release surveillance camera data, raising privacy concerns. So these cameras are out there photographing everything, and it's Big Brother, but the government's doing it with our tax dollars. They're surveilling us. So some wise guy up there said, hey, I'd like to know what those cameras are taking pictures of. Can't I file a FOIA request? Freedom of Information Act request? Aren't those public records? Aren't they being created with my tax dollars? And a judge has said, yes, they are. They are public records that you can access. So now it changes the game a little bit, because if I can get these photographs whenever I need them, it's not quite.
Imagine being able to stalk like someone who's trying to dodge you or get away from you, or your ex-wife that you beat the fuck out of because you're a local cop or whatever.
Not quite as scary as if they're just gathering information and not letting anybody else see it. But here's the thing. They're now saying, well, if everybody gets to see this stuff, that's an invasion of privacy. We have to stop this now. So.
Wait, we were told they're only for like Amber Alerts, to where if we have a bolo out on a tag, they'll alert it. Oh, now it's too private for the regular citizens to see. Then why were we sold on them being something completely fucking different?
It's always fun to watch people change their arguments when they're trying to defend something that's unpopular. So a judge has ordered police to release surveillance camera data raising privacy concerns. This is happening in the state of Washington. The judge's ruling in a Skagit County case could affect dozens of Washington police departments using flock technology. And this issue, people will try this everywhere now, because people are going to go, oh, it worked there, let's see if it works here. Data collected by automated license plate readers used by police departments across Washington state must be made public. A judge has ruled it's a decision that could have far-reaching implications for law enforcement surveillance practices. A judge ruled that images captured by Flock brand cameras qualify as public records subject to the state's Public Records Act, siding with a tattoo artist who had sought access to data from multiple police agencies. And so the ruling came after the cities of Cedro, Woolley, and Stanwood sued the man in civil court because he had filed the record requests. So it's weird how this works, but in many states you can file, they often call them FOIA, but it's often different names in different states. Freedom of Information Act is a group of laws that say that government documents, generally speaking, made with your tax dollars, should be available for you to look at. So you can FOIA request stuff to find out what government documents there are. So he filed these record requests saying, I want to see some camera photos taken by Flock cameras. And they've, in opposition to that, they filed lawsuits saying, no, you can't see that stuff. It doesn't qualify. It doesn't qualify. So the judge said the Flock data do qualify as public records subject to the Public Records Act. The case centers on the network of automated cameras mounted along busy streets in communities like Cedro Woolley, a historic logging town north of Seattle. The cameras continuously photograph passing vehicles and their occupants, ostensibly to help identify stolen cars or vehicles used in crimes. And every time I talk about Flock cameras, somebody will comment and say, but Steve, if it helps fight crime, why is that bad? Well, there's a lot of stuff out there that helps fight crime, but you still got to use some discretion with it. And the fact that they're photographing everything that goes by constantly means that if you're in that area, you're living in a surveillance state where you're being watched constantly. Now, that doesn't bother you. Like, we did the story about the guy who noticed they put a Flock camera across the street from his house, pointed at his house, so that every day, thousands of photographs are being taken of cars passing by his house, but his house is in the background. So every photograph taken included his house. And then when he backed out of his driveway, they photographed his car. When he came home, they photographed his car. And he went and complained there. At first, they said no. And then later they moved it. They okay, we understand your concern there. So the man at the heart of this story is a resident of Oregon who works in Walla Walla, which is a fun town to say, describes himself.
Rex Tillerson was Trump's pick for Secretary of State. That is Marco Rubio now.
As an ordinary citizen concerned about government overreach, he filed public records requests with dozens of Washington police agencies seeking images captured by the cameras. Many agencies complied, providing records that revealed the cameras photograph all passing vehicles indiscriminately, not just those suspected of criminal activity. And just so you know, because someone's already started to write this out, you can't just file a records request and say, give me everything you have, because that would be what they call overly broad and unduly burdensome.
You have to have date and time or specific search parameter, something.
Oh, can you narrow it? And they can usually charge you a reasonable cost for creating the records. So if you called somebody up, usually you get it in writing, but work with me here. You contact somebody, go, I need these records. And they say it's 300 pages. You say, okay, I want all of them. They can say, well, we charge per copy. Here's how much per page, times 300. If you're willing to pay it, they say pay it, you pay it, they make the copies for you. So if you contacted them and said, I want all of these photographs. If they said, hey, it's going to take time for someone to download those all, you say, I'm willing to pay for it. Guess what? It resolves that impasse, but you may have to pay for it. So King...
Am I sure what?
King 5, K-I-N-G, reviewed dozens of photos taken by Flock surveillance cameras in Newcastle on September 16th, just one day. The images clearly show the faces and license plates of everyday drivers, not just those who are suspected of anything. King 5 has included the images in one of their stories to show examples of what Flock cameras capture, but it was a TV station that blurred people's faces and license plates for privacy. So the man who's at the center of this said, I feel like it's violating my privacy, everyone's privacy, regardless if you're obeying the law. It's not like they're a traffic light camera that takes a picture of all the people that are breaking the law by speeding or whatever. It's taking pictures of every single vehicle.
Right. You don't have to be breaking the law. You don't do it. And it builds a pattern. And they can lay out the cameras in a certain way to where they can know that, oh, this is the route she takes to drop her kids off every day at school. And then she goes by here and stops at this restaurant on her way to work where she works here. And then she stays there for 8.5 hours. Then she does this. It's fucking insane, dude.
That passes by. Meanwhile, an attorney representing Cedro, Woolley, and Stanwood argued that releasing the images publicly would violate individuals' privacy, could enable malicious actors such as stalkers. She said the present court case involves a fairly specific issue regarding a very valuable and effective enforcement tool. Now, notice how she says, we've got all these photographs, but we can't release them because that would invade people's privacy. Wasn't it already invaded when you photographed them?
Am I sure that Rex Tillerson was the Secretary of State? Yeah.
No, but the judge found that the scope of Flock surveillance was so broad and indiscriminate, with most images capturing people not suspected of anything, that the data must be released under public records law. The judge said
he was replaced by Pompeo, Mike Pompeo.
The ruling does not touch on any other controversies surrounding automated license plate readers, only the issues related to Public Records Act. So the case follows after a report from the University of Washington came out last month that found that federal agents had accessed Washington's flock camera network, which possibly violated a state law prohibiting the use of these systems in enforcing federal law. But another story altogether. The attorney for the man at the center of the case said the case has revealed gaps in oversight. Oh, I think a lot of cities are discovering right now that we don't know who all has access to this, he said. He said the flock software is more sophisticated than simple license plate readers. It can potentially identify vehicles through make and model, bumper stickers, dents in the vehicle, and a roof rack or bike rack or what have you. Attorneys for the city said they would evaluate the decision before determining their next step. Meanwhile, flock cameras in both of those cities have been deactivated. So in a roundabout and very strange way, this tattoo artist may have figured out how to make this stop. But it's an interesting point, and it's actually a very good argument. So if my tax dollars were partially used to put up the cameras that are surveilling me, shouldn't I have access to the surveillance? I mean, it's public records, isn't it? And I think it's hilarious that the attorneys for the cities are going, but that would be violating people's privacy if we release.
So it's great when they have it, but when they have to give access to the public, they're like, violation of privacy.
The photos. I think that horse has already sailed. I think when you took the picture, you already invaded somebody's privacy. And I understand people go, Steve, you can't expect privacy in a public place. Yeah, I get that argument. But on the other hand, do you really want people photographing you every time you're outside? Hey, photographs. You know, I understand it's a machine, it's not a person. I get that. You're in a car, you're not walking. I get that too. Okay. But you have to understand that this is a slippery slope. And if we've got them photographing cars right now, how long till they're photographing people? Just people walking by. I mean, why not? Let's film everybody who walks by. And I know they've got the technology. I know they've got it employed in some places. But it could get to the point where
Rex Tillerson was a slimy piece of shit.
Everywhere you go, you're going to be surveilled 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, unless you're inside your own home. And quite frankly, that's not that far off. Because in many respects, you already are being surveilled. It's just by your appliances. I only laugh because it's true. So to everybody who sent this, thank you very much. It's a fascinating development. And it makes complete sense. But I'm surprised I didn't think of this myself earlier. I wish I had. But I salute the guy who did go ahead and file the records requests, and his request led to ultimately them shutting the cameras down for now. So we'll see what happens with KGW.com. Ran the story. Everybody sent it to me, and I looked up Skagit, and I think I'm saying that correctly. Please, if I'm not, let me know. Judge orders police to release surveillance camera data, raising privacy concerns with them flock cameras. Questions or comments, put them below. Let's talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching Leto's Law. It is what it is.
It's only privacy. It's only a privacy issue when you have access to it, not when they have access to it. Chill the fuck out.
The leader of our country is frail and confused a lot of the time, and he is surrounded by really bad nurses. I would say almost like he has a team of nurse ratchets surrounding him, perpetrating elder abuse on him, and they allow him to go in front of cameras and speak like this openly. And he has a very powerful position, and his frailty is constantly on full display, and nobody will do anything about it, because I think that even the people surrounding him must hate him, because if you loved somebody and you cared about their reputation, you would not allow them to embarrass themselves and display their advanced dementia the way that the people surrounding him do. His family clearly hates him. All the people in the White House clearly hate him, because nobody is helping him. So that's what we're going to try to do here. Play the clip.
Socialist Venezuela, and you see what happened to those places. For generations, Miami has been a haven for those fleeing communist tyranny in South Africa. I mean, if you take a look at what's going on in parts of South Africa, look at South Africa, what's going on. Look at South America, what's going on. You know, I'm not going to, we have a G20 meeting in South Africa. South Africa shouldn't even be in the Gs anymore, because what's happened there is bad. I'm not going. I told him I'm not going. I'm not going to.
Okay. All right. Clearly, he is confused Cuba with South Africa. And then he just keeps going because he doesn't really know where he is. Right. And
he was talking about Cuba the whole time and calling it South Africa.
And nobody is assisting him. Nobody is preparing him for this. Nobody is telling him, hey, your dementia is really getting bad. I think it would be better if we message this through Truth Social, your preferred avenue. And he's just embarrassing himself and putting on a master class.
To be fair, maybe he meant South America, but he talks about South Africa the whole time.
And how to stand in front of a podium and display your dementia, because that's all I see there. And nobody around him will do anything about it.
You know, I was about to laugh, and I just thought he has the codes for the nuclear warheads. He's in charge of relationships.
But he also talks about, so it's weird. Like, yeah, given the benefit of the doubt, maybe he meant South America. But he also talks about the genocide against white farmers, which is a South African thing. It's like he combined the two in his head. South Africa, Cuba, and South America are all the same place to him.
With other countries, and it is breathtaking how bad it is. I mean, it is.
And then later on in the speech, he comes back to talking about issues with the government in South America. It's so weird.
Really bad. But here's the thing. Everybody in his cabinet is just like, or everybody that surrounds him is just like him. They're out for number one. They have all the power. They can give him his projects. He can write in gold on the outside of the Oval Office. He can put up his little doodads. But this is pathetic. I mean, this is pathetic.
And I would just think that at least if they're not going to intervene while he displays his advanced dementia all day, every day, that at least they could teach him some new tricks. He has been a one-trick pony now for 10 years, and his routine is tired, boring, and lame. Here he is going after the governor of California yet again in a snooze fest, and this isn't even his best nickname making. Play the clip.
Slimy one. Maybe that should be his nickname. Slimy Newscomb, right? But he doesn't have it. But you look.
Okay.
Is he slurring?
He always is slurring. I mean, he's always slurring. His dementia's on clear display. I mean, this has been going on for months on end. Back to the Christie Nome, where he bopped around, listened to music, and nobody will do anything about it. I mean, it's very obvious to me that he is such a little tyrant, and he'll fire anybody that will speak out. And all of the people surrounding him are so uniquely unqualified at being adults. I'm not even going to say at the jobs they have. I would say that they're unqualified to even be functioning adults. And those are the people surrounding him, and they're running the country. And at least somebody could teach him some new things to do, because this old, tired routine 10 months in, it is the biggest snooze fest on the planet. He is rendering himself irrelevant.
Yeah.
And the people in the Republican Party are noticing, and they are starting to act accordingly. The only people who haven't caught up are his billionaire buddies that are buying up and monopolizing all of the media, who continue to sane wash this all day, every day. And just the two clips that I've shown you, this is a person that looks like they snuck out of the memory care wing of a nursing home facility and went to a bar and did a few shots, and is sitting at the end of the bar while the nurses are running around trying to find him. That's what it looks like to me. It does. The slurring, it's just like an old drunk.
Sliminess.
Yeah. All right, moving along. Here he is talking about California's infrastructure projects, and just, again, putting on a masterclass.
I've seen that stat before. Yeah, some years the homicide rate in South Africa is higher than direct combat deaths per 100,000 in the war in Afghanistan. Sure, but Trump was talking about Cuba. He just called it South Africa.
That he doesn't know what he's talking about. Play the clip.
In California, he's got a train that was supposed to go from San Francisco to Los Angeles, which is a stupid idea because an airplane is faster. I don't care how fast it goes. And they had plenty of airplanes. San Francisco inside.
That's the way we should always look at public transit.
San Francisco to inside, right there, L.A.
What are we doing, America? Like, what are we doing? That is not a normal person. That is a person with dementia. That is, it is such an indictment on the cowardice, low-T Republicans in Congress and Senate that do not move and act on this. What the fuck are we doing? And he does this all.
I think somewhere like, is it Ecuador has the highest per capita homicide rate
all day, every day, and the media
Mexico,
has gone along,
Ecuador,
complicit, and acted like this is normal, to where if your parents elderly parents were behaving like this in public, grandstanding like that, making an ass of themselves, not making sense. You go, come on, honey, let's go over here. We're going to put you down for your nap. That's how it would end. And instead, the media covers it.
A bad tribute band pretending to be himself. Yeah, that does make sense. But, I mean, his followers, man, he can do no wrong. It's pretty wild.
Trump slams Gavin Newsom's infrastructure plan. Like anything he said just made sense or is married to reality.
You know what's so crazy about that is that he is in Miami talking about what's going on in California, making no sense. He does all these rants in front of other world leaders in the Oval Office. And these people are sitting there. And I would imagine that it's extremely uncomfortable to witness him on a stage. I mean, for me, it would be, my heart would be racing, my palms would be sweaty.
You're a normal person though, Pumps. Think about Howard Nutlick. He sits there and just starts dying laughing.
Yeah.
And then they all start like smirking. Think about Hegseth and Rubio. They've all just capitulated this. The one thing that I think is universally true about Donald Trump, whether it be somebody in his cabinet, somebody on his payroll, or somebody that has never met the man, but has voted for him 3 times that you know personally in any town in America. With each vote and each capitulation to this man, everybody has become worse. Because of their support of him. If it's somebody I know personally.
I don't think the argument is that a train is faster than a plane, although there's some really fast high-speed trains. The argument is the cost, right, once the infrastructure's there, the cost to run it, and how many fucking people can it move. If you have all these people, a plane's really good for like, we have like a certain number of people going to this place, and a certain number of people going to a different place, but when you have a ton of people that are going from A to B every fucking day, multiple times a week, and there's just a bunch of them, a train is obviously a better option, even if it's slower.
And I do know by geography, living in Oklahoma, Trumpers, they're worse people. He makes people worse. But on the inverse of that, he is making the Democratic Party and people like Pumps and me see how their incremental style of governing didn't really help the people who needed it most. When the mantra of the party was to be the party of the working class, Bernie Sanders was spot on, and we abandoned that, and that created a vacuum. So we're now at the moment where the bubble's bursting, and we saw in the elections, nobody likes Kanks, and now they're still trotting him out weekend at Bernie's him all the time, and it's just an absolute shit show. And here he is compulsively lying yet again. And this is why the Republicans lost on the ballot on Tuesday, because he can't spin this. They know what they're paying. They know. And he continues to say shit like this because he's never been poor a day in his life, even when he was bankrupt. A multimillionaire's form of bankruptcy is completely different than the average person's, I don't have a dollar to my name. Play the clip.
In 9 months, we've lifted over 600,000 Americans off of food stamps, which is a record. 1.9 million more American-born workers are employed today. Think of that. Almost 2 million American-born workers are employed today, more than when I took office. That's 9 months ago. Can you imagine that? And I tell Republicans, if you want to win elections, you got to talk about these facts. It's really easy to win elections when you talk about the facts.
I find that stunning, even though it shouldn't be. He wants to talk about facts when all he does is fucking lie. I mean, he fired the jobs report people working for the government because they were showing how many jobs have been lost. He has withheld numbers. He has doctored numbers. And he sits up there and lies and acts like it's truth. And I'm just like, what the fuck? But I'll tell you, I had a great idea. If I were his chief of staff, I'll tell you exactly what I would do. I would put him in a room with all his little sycophants. I would hook up a camera and I would tell him he was on TV so that you could feed his ego. And that way he wouldn't be out there embarrassing himself. Like, do you think they don't see it or don't care? I mean, it's stunning to me they roll him out there in that condition.
I just think they're inside the Death Star, and that aforementioned triple trumping that I spoke about, with each time people have capitulated to their worst impulses, each time they have forgiven and excused racism, forgiven and excused a violent insurrection on our state capitol, forgiven and excused the horrible things he says about our men and women in uniform, forgiven and excused the cruelty on display. They become worse and worse of a person. And so then it becomes like Pandora's box. If you're surrounding him and you're inside the Death Star and you're in the cult, you can't open up any of it. You can't allow any of it to be opened up because then the floodgates would open. So they all have to stay in and drink the Kool-Aid because this is a personality cult that all authoritarians have surrounding them. And so they can't face any of it.
Too deep.
Because then a whole avalanche would come. And you're even seeing now people that are getting deprogrammed, triple Trumpers that are coming out, speaking out. And they admit it that once they let one thing happen, then the dam broke and then it all comes in. So the people surrounding him have to believe in him, believe in all of this shit. And particularly like the Susie Wiles and all of them, they're not going to.
I got a thing from Facebook that, like a Facebook memory or whatever, and I can't believe it. But in 2016, I was sharing memes about Hillary Clinton trying to steal the election and still losing and her email server and shit. I was in that shit.
To check him. They're not going to do any of that because they learned, and he has displayed
10 years ago.
Not loyal, you are gone. And so they ignore it. They go into denial and they proceed, much like somebody who's in a relationship with an addict. Right. It's a very, very similar psychological state of denial in which those surrounding him participate in. And finally, Pumps, I thought this was really rich. Here's little Moses Mike Grinder Johnson lecturing Gavin Newsom on his, quote, immoral leadership. Play the clip.
I'll make a comment about the tragedy in California last night. What California did is very, very different, as you all know, by comparison to what a state like Texas did. Texas was following the federal and state constitution, following their state law and redistricting.
No, they weren't. They did it much too early, right? All because Trump told them to.
California was not. They had to trample over their own state law, over their own independent redistricting commission that they had all put into place. It was a desperation, a sign of desperation on the Democrat Party. It was a game to try to rig the election, as if you could gerrymander California anymore. They managed to do it. I mean, there's like 53 representatives from California. We had 9. They
We'll see.
To have 3. I mean, it's just a blatant example of Gavin Newsom's immoral leadership and the fact that they will do it.
Pause it right there. I want each and every one of you to look at all of the crusty white people surrounding this man and for him to stand there and lie. When California did this in a way that took it to the people in the most democratic American way imaginable, where Texas did it.
Way more democratic than Texas.
Hot Wheels had to say was, how many more seats can I accommodate for you, sir? Right. He usurps the will of Texas voters, particularly the will of black and brown voters by doing what he's doing. So everything he said is absolutely a lie. But further, for little Moses Mike Grinder Johnson to talk about immoral leadership when he is the biggest protector and defender of pedophilia this nation has ever seen, because he's absolutely powerful and he uses to wield 0% of his power. And he likes to get on camera and grandstand. And he's not even that great of a speaker. He's not interesting. And he grandstands nonstop because he does it all for a party of one, for an audience of one. And what's going to happen to little Moses Mike Grinder Johnson is as follows. Kank, something is going to happen because biology is catching up with him. And the people who didn't have any conviction, they're going to go down. And then we're never going to hear about little Moses Mike Grinder Johnson again. He is not going to survive in a post-MAGA world. His career is over. He is a complete disaster, worthless.
It also makes them dangerous. They can feel that they're getting cornered in, I think.
Human being. I cannot imagine that you make up this bullshit story that God woke you up in the middle of the night, told you were Moses and you were going to be Speaker of the House. And then a part of that plan and your fucked up, crazy, religious addict brain is that you're going to be a guy that protects pedophiles. Is breathtaking. I can't believe we're even talking about this, that our government engages in that, but that's where we are in the United States of America. The Republican Party that tells you they're big into Christian values. And Moses Mike Johnson is a big Jesus thumper, Bible thumper. His number one job that he's been doing is protecting powerful people, including his boss, who I think he might kind of be in love with or something, because it's weird.
I think so too.
Right?
He's too straight down the line. He denies anything he says that's harmful. He lies about what he says that's good. Every lie Trump says for him to repeat, he does it. There's zero questioning. I kind of wonder if it's love. I really do. And Trump browbeats him behind his back and says, I've got him in my pocket. He'll do whatever I want. So yeah, I mean, it smells like love to me a little bit. I know he's, got the guy that he lives with. They do all that kind of thing. But yeah, I think it's love.
It's love, or they have goods on him. I mean, there's always been this idea that, that Pecker guy that owned the National Enquirer, and he had the safe, and they would buy stories like that. They've got the goods on Lindsey Graham, and that Kanks has the goods on other people, and they might have the goods on Moses Mike Grinder Johnson.
Lindsey Graham, you mean the super heterosexual guy from South Carolina?
And what his Grinder profile reveals, which, I mean, I'm all like, spill the tea. We're bored as shit with our one-trick ponies dementia game and his name calling. Like, he is boring. Let's release the Grinder files right after the Epstein files. That's what I want. That would make me feel patriotic. All right,
in that order.
Yes, in that order. All right, that's all we have for this episode. Buy our book. It's called Life is a Lazy Susan of Shit Sandwiches. It's a great way to support Pumps and me and our channel. Subscribe, comment, do all the stuff you're supposed to do, and we'll be back later with more news.
All right, check this out. I want to share one more thing before I go. Ryan Upchurch losing his fucking mind. So this is a fan account that just grabs his Instagram stories and re-uploads them, because I hate watching videos on Instagram, but we'll start here.
Keep thinking you win and keep poking at me more. Keep thinking you win and keep poking at me, motherfucker. And then pictures in Lauren's phone of where you beat the fuck out of her will come out. And maybe a video of you choking your fucking son. How about that? I think y'all all have a huge money laundering scheme going on. All y'all disappeared. I'm gonna find out what the fuck it is. I don't give a fuck. I will keep on bitching about this and bitching about this and be happy about it too. I mean, how the fuck, how? I've shown up to every fucking thing I'm supposed to. I paid every fucking bill with the lawyers. And all of a sudden, Bailey's runs away. Hell, Daryl was over here going, bro, ain't your lawyer so good? Ain't she so good? And I'm like, no. She's actually fucking horrible. I don't have my money. I won the court case with Rico Harbor. I still ain't got my money back. I paid over $1 million for this new case. What are y'all doing with all this good money? If you've gotten this much from me, how much have y'all gotten from all these other people? Y'all gotta be having a whole bunch of money some fucking where. But okay. I'm not gonna lash out. I ain't gonna do nothing crazy, nothing like that. Y'all just robbing the fuck out of me. But that's over with. So I'm gonna start taking a bunch of money. I'm just gonna have a PI on every fucking one of y'all. Out of state one too. They don't know none of you. Keep thinking you win and keep.
Out of state private investigator investigate everybody in the music industry.
Paid over $1 million. Over a fucking $1 million. I'm about to expose Nashville, downtown Nashville, so bad there ain't gonna be a downtown Nashville no more. It's all gonna be deserted, and everybody's gonna be in trouble for a bunch of fucking shit. A whole bunch of shit. I ain't even went to court yet.
It says Creeker.
For this fucking college.
Which is what he calls his followers.
Bullshit. The lawyer that I'm about to show you, I've paid over a fucking.
And above his eye, it says Mama never tried.
$1 million. She quits. What do you mean? You have over $1 million of my dollars. And I've been to every fucking deposition. I'm about to show you. I've paid over a fucking $1 million. She quits. What do you mean? You have over $1 million of my dollars. And I've been to every fucking deposition, every meeting. He ain't went to court yet. And now she filed something with the court where she's like, I can't. He's not communicating with me. Over $1 million. I ain't even went to court yet. I don't know why. They keep telling me like we don't think we can win this. Why not? It's freedom of speech. This specific fucking lawyer told me that I had to settle it out of court. I've already paid you over $1 million. I want to go to court. And then she said, oh, I don't want to.
Even the lawyers are against him.
You already got over $1 million of my dollars. They granted her access to not fucking have to go. So now I got to restart everything and probably pay $1 million more. The new lawyer I got, and the new one, he said, what the fuck is this? He said, what the fuck has she done? I said, nothing. We ain't went to court yet. She like did some paperwork and walked around and that's it. He's like, what the fuck? This is not right. $1 million, over $1 million. And I just had a baby. And I'm trying to get back to work. Now motherfuckers want to see Nashville get exposed. You about to see Nashville get exposed. Big time. How the fuck you pay
He's been saying this his whole career, by the way.
For $1 million and not even make it in the courtroom. What the fuck is that? That's gotta be illegal or something. Who the fuck signed off on that? Paid over $1 million. Over. Y'all are about to watch and witness an independent artist dismantle more than half of the fucking music industry in the country. That's what you're finna fucking see. I'm not releasing no.
I hope he has 30 fucking lawyers, and he has each lawyer sue a different lawyer, and he's got it all up in his wall with their profile pictures from their website and red string and thumbtacks.
One more song. I'm not doing anything music-wise. I'm not doing jack shit until this is fucking figured out.
Okay.
I have everything I fucking need to prove my fucking case, and I'm gonna. It's all documented. Like this forged document that Bealers forged.
Uh-oh.
Never signed this in a million fucking years. And I didn't. You can tell because the signature is absolutely not mine. You tried to forge my name. I'm on a document, dummy. And everybody that you, Bealers, were in cahoots with on doing this to me, they're all.
B-Loose was the old videos where he was going after his mom and his friends and all. He would say the only person that's ever stayed beside me and treated me right was B-Loose, 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 B-Loose. The guy's name is Brandon Lucy, and he goes by B-Loose. He was his producer and manager or some shit, and slept with his mom. They had a weird fling for a while, but that was the only guy that stood beside him. Now that guy's out too.
Dude, that's why Swift on doing this to me. They're all fucked too. That's why one of them gave you the idea to try to get me to sign a power of attorney. The power of attorney is the only thing that would have saved you from all this forgery.
A power of attorney is not retroactive, right? Like if I sign a power of attorney today on November 10th, 2025, because it's after midnight, and then I find out that you used the powers of a power of attorney to do something back in 2024, you're still not saved. You're still not, like...
And this conspiracy and probably a fucking RICO charge. I cannot wait to get to the bottom of this. you're all fucked. For real. The day that I didn't sign that piece of paper is the day y'all all took off fucking running.
Everybody.
Started acting crazy.
Everybody left and started acting crazy. I'm the only one acting normal. We've seen this scenario before. Reminds me of Bert, honestly.
This is good for me and it's fucking bad for you. Y'all are about to watch. Now let's not forget, this is it. So let me
we better do part 1. Vanderbilt Hospital harms my child, part 1.
So let me give you a fucking backstory before I show you this shit. Because your jaw's about to...
Oh, by the way, here's what happened. So Ryan at the time was sharing all these unhinged conspiracy theories about all kinds of shit, and apparently had some type of run-in before when they went to Vanderbilt for a checkup. So when him and his girlfriend come for delivery, an email goes out that's like, hey, this guy has a big social media following. He's a musician, whatever. And we've had issues with him before. So let's make sure that everybody like crosses their T's, dots their I's. Any interaction with him has to be the utmost, the up and up. And he freaks out about that, saying that they were conspiring behind his back. What'd you expect him to do?
Okay? When we're at Vanderbilt and we had Lily, Terry Gay tried to tell us we're not allowed to follow the ambulance. It's illegal. She said if you follow the ambulance, we'll pull over and the baby could possibly be harmed because it's not getting to the hospital. And then threatened to stop the ambulance and harm my child. Because what happened was when Lily was born.
Well, yeah, they're always going to tell you. I don't know how much they're going to enforce it, but they're always going to tell you, like, if an ambulance is running with licensed sirens and they're doing 80, you're not supposed to be doing 80 behind them. I know people do. And I know a lot of times they look the other way, but you're not supposed to do that.
She inhaled shit pretty much into her fucking lungs. I have people watching where my kids go at all times. They tried to tell me, oh, where's she at? We can't find her. I said, you better fucking find her. Because my security knows where she's at, and you don't. Then they changed their fucking attitude. Shit pretty much into her fucking lungs. When Lily was born, she inhaled shit pretty much into her fucking lungs. I have people watching where my kids go at all times. They tried to tell me, oh, where's she at? We can't find her. I said, you better fucking find her. Because my security knows where she's at, and you don't. Then they changed their fucking attitude. And they're like, oh, my bad. Give me some paperwork. She comes back in the room. She tries to snatch the paperwork out of my hand. I said, whoa, what are you doing? She's like, give me that paper. I said, no, I'm reading it. Not all of Vanderbilt knows about this. Because the assistant nurse in the room looks at me, tries to fucking snatch the paper out of my hand, and pretty much attacks me. They even asked me, do I want to press charges? But at the time, I didn't understand what the fuck was happening, so I just said, no, don't worry about it. The assistant nurse that was in there was like, what the fuck was that? I said, I have no idea. And soon to find out, after I got to read the paper, I noticed she wrote down 2 fucking parents that were Spanish names that were not me and Beth. Looks at me, she goes, have a nice life, and then walks out. Oh, how sweet. This is my...
So she handed you the wrong paperwork, and it's like, oh, that's the wrong paperwork. Here's yours.
This is the first time we're having a baby. You're making it so wonderful. I can actually show you this evidence now because the person that gave me this, that was on the inside, that worked for Vanderbilt, that worked in neurology, they don't work there no more. So I can show you this. Now keep in mind, this is just, all I did was read something and fucking notice something. I wasn't causing a problem. I wasn't being crazy. No, I was being perfectly fucking calm.
Everybody says they're not being crazy.
And precise for my wife, because my wife just pushed out a fucking baby with no medicine and no laughing gas, no nothing. She just pushed the baby out like a savage, just me and her in a room. That's it. Shout out to my honey. We didn't have no fucking help, no nothing like that. It was just me and her. They didn't even tell us what to do. They didn't tell us when to start pushing or nothing. We noticed things that weren't right, and that's why they did this. There's no other reason why. Otherwise, if it was anything else, why didn't you call the cops or something? Because that wasn't the case. They fucked up majorly, and I fucking noticed it. Now don't go nowhere, because this shit ain't fucking over. This story's not over. Now remember, that's a small piece of that part of the story. But there's 2 things that y'all have that you have to start using. So let me give you a fucking back.
All right, here we go. Part 2.
Forget, this is it. Vanderbilt Children's Hospital.
Oh, by the way, another thing that with the election that just happened, and what I would say is people pushing back against Republicans and the MAGA cult. Every Moms for Liberty candidate in the nation lost.
Okay, and neurology in the NICU. This is where the mayor who don't have a fucking birthday visible, this is where his wife works. Well, my bad. Partner. They're not married. They're partners. So let's pause on the
that doesn't have a birthday visible. What?
Now, let's not forget, this is it. Vanderbilt Children's Hospital. Okay, and neurology in the NICU. This is where the mayor who don't have a fucking birthday visible, this is where his wife.
I want to tell you, when I really started following some of this Ryan Upchurch drama, was when him and Johnny Gobble were going back and forth. And Johnny Gobble's big thing was he claimed that the mayor was in on it. That the mayor was in on it. The conspiracy. And now we went full circle to where Upchurch is now the person thinking the mayor's trying to do something to him. Upchurch literally has a song about Johnny Gobble trying to tickle fight the mayor. And now here we are in 2025, and the roles have reversed.
Works. Well, my bad. Partner. They're not married. They're partners. So let's pause on the Vanderbilt side of things. Let's move over to the music side. The music side? Yeah, the fucking music side.
The only things I have in crypto are XRP, but it's all right. I mean, I put $100 in it a long time ago, and it's probably worth, I don't know, $250, $300 now.
Since we're talking about the mayor and Children's Hospital and all this crazy shit, do you know who's friends with the mayor that don't have a fucking birthday? Fucking Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll's friends with the mayor, and neither one of them have birthdays. Got it.
We're gonna say that was a long time ago. Jelly's fat right there. Jelly was fucking fat 2 months ago. The motherfucker snorting Ozempic or something. Okay? It doesn't. That's Jelly Roll and the mayor that don't have a birthday. And the mayor who don't have a birthday works at the fucking Children's Hospital.
It's worth $258
with no context.
Not great.
On his video,
but, more than doubled my money, I guess.
We borrowed a kid. It's weird with no context. After what I just fucking told you and showed you. It's extremely fucking weird. Especially when they're coming to my fucking house before all this. And they're like, you have to roll with us, man. If you don't roll with us, and me.
The only, I mean, I've been in and out of crypto, and I use stable coins all the time. I made about, I think it was like $6,800 on Bitcoin a long time ago.
The Jelly Roll crew, then I can't keep these people off of you. Who the fuck you talking about? Your buddies who have unclear birthdays that are mayors of towns? Yeah, you're a part of what Andy Ogles is talking about. Andy Ogles said the mayor and all his fucking friends are in a list of shit. What did y'all think was gonna happen when you come to my house talking about, man, if you don't come with us, you're gonna be sorry because all these people are gonna come get you. Me and the thousands of motherfuckers I've already talked to about this are not fucking worried about you, and we ain't fucking worried about your friends. Who do you think's been? I tell you this, motherfuckers are gonna respect me way more after this series of videos than any of you motherfuckers I just talked about. How motherfuckers think I'm stupid or something? Y'all all ran with this narrative, thinking I was never going. I guess y'all didn't think I had that email or that text message strand, but I did. You turned your back on somebody, and they still stood by their motherfucking self. You know, I think it's funny. Andy Ogles said the mayor is friends with criminals. He has a picture of Jelly Roll. Have you seen Jelly Roll's rap sheet? Well, now
they don't have birthdays. That's what does it.
See if I gotta tell y'all any more of this story.
I made $6,800 off of Bitcoin. And I put in $500, and a buddy of mine put in $500, and we both got $6,800 back when we split it.
We'll see what happens. Now let's not forget, this is it. Vanderbilt Children's Hospital, okay, and neurology and NICU. This is where
we probably should have held it. We bought at the low. I think it was. God, was that the end of 2022? The years mix up. Was that the end of 2022 when it was kind of? So in 2021, it was up. Like $60,000, $50,000, something like that. Was it 2023? I can't remember the year. It doesn't matter.
The mayor who don't have a fucking birthday visible. This is where his wife.
No birthday mayor.
All those times you fucking idiots were like, they're gonna kill you.
Who did that?
Now I know who they are. Like they. What are you gonna do? Once again, nothing. Because I've already took all the data and put it on flash drives and given it to like 50 other fucking people. If something happens to me, be loose. I know you're watching this through a different account. Oh, you really fucked some of your friends. You should have never, as the manager.
Maybe it's 2020. I don't know.
You know, it makes a whole bunch of sense now. While my stupid ex-friends was like, dude, you better quit doing music. Well, that doesn't make no sense. Why? You ought to do that. And then the other people who said, dude, they're gonna kill you, was all songwriters. Imagine coming to do something fucked up to me. It's wrong. And there's guys sitting there waiting for you.
It's the Songwriters Assassins Guild. Duh.
You to do that. By the way, V-Loose, these pictures of you at the gas station, by the interstate, by the truck stop, you're looking rough, buddy. I was just kidding. I was just doing my thing. Remember all those times, you fucking idiot?
Oh. Imagine the bank accidentally gives me $1 million. Okay? The bank accidentally gives me $1 million. I would draw it from my account, and this is a hypothetical. And the bank said, oh, that wasn't your money. You got to give it back to us. And I say no. And people find out about it on social media, and they're like, you're mean. You're a bad guy because you stole $1 million from the bank. And then I come out and say, well, social media that's mad at me, how about I give each one of you $1,000? Is that any real resolution there? Like, yeah, I'm offering to give everybody that's upset or whatever $1,000, but I'm probably going to have to give that money back to the bank. I'm not going to have that $1,000 to give you, because literally hours after the Supreme Court argues the tariffs and how they're probably not within Trump's power, and they're probably going to have to be repaid back to the people who paid the tariffs, and we find out that Lutnick's son has been buying all those tariff receipts, so he's the real beneficiary from the refunds. Trump comes out and says he's thinking about giving every American a $2,000 check from the tariffs. If the Supreme Court rules in 3 months that all that money has to be repaid back to the people who pay the tariffs, or Lutnick and his investment firm that's holding all the receipts, and then Trump's going to say, oh, well, I was going to give you a tariff rebate check, but the crazy liberal Supreme Court took it away from. What the fuck? Why is he promising this money that he's probably going to have to fucking give back? How does that make any sense? And then he says they'll use the rest of the tariff money to pay down the national debt. But even if you took all the tariff money that they've raised, the national debt since he took office has went up 1,000 times more. Like, it seems like this is not a shoo-in by any means, but it seems, listening to the arguments from the justices, that they are going to err on the side that this is not an emergency and Trump cannot use IEEPA to implement the tariffs that he has by calling trade imbalance a national emergency or whatever, right? Trade deficit a national emergency. And any tariff that he made through Liberation Day, all those tariffs that were based on trade imbalance, those companies are owed a refund. Now, one of his cabinet members, Lutnick, had his son quietly for the last 6 months buying people's tariff refund receipts. So basically, if a refund ever goes out, they paid pennies on the dollar to get people's refund, basically. So they say, oh, you owe $10 million in tariffs? We'll pay, $500,000 towards your tariffs. But we, in the event that for some reason there's a refund, we get the refund. And companies are like, yeah, whatever. We don't expect to get a refund, so you can have it for pennies on the dollar. So they've been buying those. So that's who's really going to probably benefit from this the most, because they've been buying tariff refund receipts like left and right? But if Trump is ordered to repay the tariffs to the companies that paid them, and Lutnick and anybody else that's been buying up these receipts, and is also saying that he's going to take that tariff money and give it to the American people, this is clearly just a ploy to get people to like him more, or to affect the market or something. Like, he can't be making these promises when he doesn't even know if he's been rightfully collected. What the fuck is in this man's head? I don't fucking get it, dude.
There is 13 no trespassing signs. You're in America. You abide by American rules. All right, so me and my group have decided, if you're dumb enough to drive past the gate at Ghost Ranch, you're getting drugged out of the car. Off the rear. I ain't 21 no more, need to mention any kind of beer.
Getting drug out of the car, something you can't do even on private property.
That I may sit. No time for the strip when you're living these rich. Feeding these dogs and cutting these fish. Working like a hog trying to pay them bills. With a V8 on cattle and a couple good. Good, but I'm shit. Even if it is 2 a.m. Watching for the police.
He's going to start. If you drive past his no trespassing signs, they're dragging you out of your car. That'll go over well.
Talking about you lately, my little shit talking shit on my story. I probably am. And anybody in my DM that's an artist being like, hey man, we still cool? Probably not. Probably not.
Yeah, burn every bridge. That's always, historically, that's always been the best way to do it. Is just burn everybody's bridge.
Borrowed? In what instance would there be when a motherfucker borrows a kid? What the fuck does that mean? It does not matter who you are. Don't matter if you're a fan or not. That fucking title's weird. Oh, it's for clickbait. It don't fucking matter. If you're using that as clickbait, that's fucking weird too. It's the equal amount of weird. Borrowed? Not to mention the ... tomorrow. I'd be like, man, okay, going crazy, man. He's going crazy. No. Upchurch is telling the truth. That sentence is fucking weird. There's no way around it. It's weird.
So this is basically a video that went viral of Jelly Roll. They made jokes like, we're not kidnapping a kid, but they basically found a kid that didn't have much in the bad part of town, and they took him to like the mall and a shoe store and bought him stuff and got his contact information and his parents' information and said that they'd like to support him and help him as he goes through school and to college. And like, what the fuck is going on? Like, you're mad about that because they use the word borrowed? Who enforces a court order? Yeah. I don't know. I get tired of constitutional crisis after constitutional crisis after You know, when you guys remember when everything was just like working? Yeah, we might have had high inflation, or we might have had this, or we might have been, supporting Ukraine, but goddamn, it wasn't this. Now we're just fucking blowing up people we just labeled drug dealers. And people are like, where's the evidence? And like, I blew up too. Sorry. Can you name any of the people? No, we don't get names. Also, we're going to do strikes on the land in Venezuela for some reason. That'd be cool. All right, guys, I'm out. The world's depressing. Life sucks, then you die. Thank you guys for joining us. If you want to support the show, do it at buymeacoffee.com/coldbeer. buymeacoffee.com/coldbeer. That's how I pay the bills around here. I'm going to do a TikTok tomorrow and may upload it to YouTube about some of the progress we've made around the campground. We're trying to get it ready for an electrical inspection maybe next week. I'm working on the bathroom, trying to get it going. I got a shower pan now on the walls, so hopefully that'll go pretty quick. Then we can sheetrock it after the inspection with some green board. I don't know. We're getting there. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Listen to me vent, complain, and bitch. That's always fun. Support the show at buymeacoffee.com/coldbeer, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a good night. Love you. See you. Bye.
But I can tell you this about if this douchebag happens to see this particular show, you don't have the forking balls to call out the people on this planet by name and tell them exactly who they are and tell them the rest of the world who they are. You don't have the forking balls. You don't have the balls.
Okay, Scott.
Here we go, I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set.
J.D. Vance has already said that he thinks the quote of Andrew Jackson, right? If the Supreme Court rules something he's doing is unconstitutional, tell the Supreme Court, the Chief Justice, to bring his army and come enforce it. He's already said that, so I guess we'll figure it out eventually.
Bitch, I came equipped with a quick wit and a 6 cents for the stupid shit. Where my true believer? Y'all need Jesus. Praise the Lord and to the extreme. All these false fucking prophets who profit off of gossip. Worshipping drums, cocking, begging for a throat deposit. Swinging fucking meat hammers like four in a thong. He's strapped to the shaft, eating his chest like he's King Kong. Starving for attention, I'ma make your gut burst. I'll be your huckleberry, I can quench that thirst. Baby eating lizard people, alien sex. What's next? Trump in a dress, fucking Flynn on his desk. A retard in a vest, climbing up 5G towers. Cause you told him if he did, he'd get fucking superpowers. Here we go, I think I started some shit.
Yeah, you guys enjoy your Monday. I'll try.
You know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen nothing yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss him off, it's about to get
Dr. J, we got an RV trip to plan.
stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen nothing yet. I used to find clues too when I was high on shrooms. I found myself a tunnel that led to Jason Q's bedroom. Open his closet, I found some of his meat rockets.
Skank.
To my shoes and then I flew through the roof.
Sorry, I got excited.
An orbit strapped to an F-16. High on amphetamine with Trump in between. Put on a light coat of baby oil and saluted the troops. He's happy on his
Oh, shit. You got to go to...
Wait.
Did you just buy a monitor? Is something wrong with it?
My files. What are you doing? It's
I saw you talking about monitors the other day, but is something wrong with it?
seriously. This is my mom's an alcoholic. Give me a
We got to get to the chat comms pretty quick. Yes, the third one, and there's something wrong with it. Oh, a bad panel? Damn. You got a dead pixel, the whole thing's off.
You know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen nothing yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss him off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen nothing yet. Round 3. Down goes Nino. Please say it isn't so. Got him backed up on the ropes, trying to
Damn.
down his throat.
That's aggravating, having to do that over and over again, for sure.
It's all over, hands on his shoulders.
I'd be pissed at the first one, much less the third one.
No damn research, they rework and copy on Cox that came first, 9th inning, second string, and they acting like they know hitters. Ass on throwing bullshit, shit and runs to the shitter. All this nonsense on my conscience, it's hard to sleep at night. Who the fuck is in my window with this time of the night? These parasites, these leeches, with all their secret meetings, teaching all you fucking cretins about baby-eating heathens. Believing in reason with no meaning is bullshit. Will Bird motherfuckers out here busting the grifts. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen.
Yeah, I hear you. That sucks.
Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in them bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen nothing yet.
You don't have those guts because you're a